rules here.
Well, this is like the baby being born right now. That's what. Listen, that's what people don't understand right now about it.
It's been in the mother's stomach for 3 years. That's all.
What?
This podcast has been around for 3 years.
I meant like this is the start of something. Not wait, 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, this is still like premature. You know, it's like
I'm not gonna take it seriously until I make $1 off of it.
nice. No, that's good. Do you have any tissues, by the way? Can I get a tissue real quick?
Not in here. I don't.
Perfect.
I'm so sorry.
No worries. I just need somewhere to put my fucking Zin when I'm done with it.
Oh, okay. Just throw it on the thing. We'll wipe down the counter afterwards.
If you insist.
Yeah,
a classy at the Kpush,
yeah,
I see.
A little soap and water never hurt nobody.
Nah.
So, we're good though.
Oh my god.
We're not professional here at all.
That is true. Sponsored by nobody.
Nobody. But once I make some sort of revenue off of this, anything, like I'm talking 50 cents, I'll actually take this seriously.
I don't even think you should, bro. It seriously should be like just deadlines for like actually uploading it.
That's
Not even like you got to stay loose. That's the thing about it. I feel like the moment not even the moment you let it get to your head, but just like if you take everything like about this so seriously, it's just not fun anymore, you know. And that's
but there's gonna be certain things that I do take seriously about it.
That's good,
like deadlines, like promo videos, probably
definitely.
Like I would specifically have certain episodes.
Right.
I would schedule solo episodes. Do you know what I mean? Like
that's the type of level I'm talking about. Exactly.
But the podcast, like the hang with the comics, I would never change.
Nice, good.
Like
good.
this will always be the same. But let's say, like right now, I'm not concerned. I'll have 5 solo episodes and then do one with a comic. I would make sure to rotate between the two.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change how I do the solo episodes, and I would never change how I do these episodes with the comics, where I get high and I like to drink.
Just shoot the shit.
And I like to shoot the shit and talk a massive shit. There's nothing planned.
Nice.
There's nothing on a note card today.
Absolutely.
On the first episodes I do, because I like to have some questions prompt, but
phenomenal.
You know me. I know you.
Voluptuous.
What are we doing here?
I'm just saying random words at this point.
No, I like it. No. Keep going. No, you didn't need to say it. We all saw.
We all saw. We're out and we're live.
Dude, come on now, bro.
Shit.
Should I do the intro now?
Sure.
All right,
Go for it.
Here we are. Even though we've been recording for 5 minutes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Kpush podcast. Today is episode 163 with Sammy the Hutt, dude.
Hell yeah.
Or Sam Hutt.
Good to be back after.
Dude, it's Sammy Hutt, right, bro?
It's Sammy Hutt. Sammy the Hutt is like, people are like, oh, it's Sammy the It's like, that's not my fucking.
Such a cool on Netflix, dude.
Sammy the Hutt. No, it's fucking stupid.
So cool.
That's so stupid.
Dude,
I don't like it.
Some great things are stupid.
That is true. That is my comedy, bro. Like, that is literally my comedy. Bro, I don't know. I like Sammy. That's what my friends call me forever since, like, for as long as I've been around publicly. Like, it's just what I've, like, been called by. It's what I like. Like, my regular name's fine, but it's just, like, having, like, something.
Well, Sam Hutt is a good name.
That's not even my full.
What is
Sam Hutton English? It's an English
Sam
background.
Hutton?
Yeah.
Right, well, that's gay.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't like it sounds too sophisticated. I don't know. Like, it's just not me. Like, it's not who I am.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're a laid back, like, gay leprechaun.
Gay leprechaun. Great.
Type deal.
Exactly. And you, sir, are a gay leprechaun.
Yeah, I am. You identify
You are the
as one.
size of a gay leprechaun, Chris. Short Kings representing.
This is true.
I'm just playing. Come on now.
They don't know though. I always look as tall as everybody else on the podcast.
The camera angle. I see it. I see it.
I trick everybody.
I'm sorry to spoil it.
No, I mean it's fine. It's whatever. But like I trick everybody. Everybody thinks I'm taller than I actually am until they come up and talk to me.
And then they're like, "Wait a second.
Hey, this is an optical illusion you're doing here. You're always sitting down. You're always sitting next to somebody, or you're on stage in front of everybody. And also, I'm not like so small, like Kevin Hart small, where it's like
you can't just like walk underneath the door and get in, you know?
Right?
Like...
Exactly. I'm 5'7", so it's like, dude, that's the same height as Joe Rogan.
Have you ever fucked a chick that's taller than you?
No.
Let me know when you do.
No,
I gotta hear about it.
I've 5'6".
Okay.
5'6" was my my girlfriend.
I was talking.
I was an inch taller than my ex-girlfriend.
That's good. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I was
like,
talking to a chick who was like 5'10", and like she was telling me about the guys she would fuck with, and they're all like short kings, and I'm just like, bro,
so
what's that like?
How are you? How tall are you?
I'm like 5'10", but like 6 foot on a good day. You know what I mean?
Dude, isn't that funny? You're 3 inches taller than me, and you'll call me short.
Exactly.
Isn't that great, dude? I love. And by the way, I get the most shit talk from the 5'9s, 5'10s because they always.
Well,
look at
like
me,
I think
they're
I'm like 5'11" now. So. You ever sleep on your back and you kind of compress out? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like you're a slinky.
Sure.
Like, that's how I be feeling. I'm like I wake up 6 foot some days, and the day at like 5'8", but you know, you have your bad days.
It depends on how bad your back is.
Depends on what's going on. You know what I mean? Like
if
some
you go
days.
to the chiropractor, you're basically 6 foot.
Bro, I could have played in the NBA for all I'm concerned, bro. If I went to the I'd be like 6'4", bro. He'd stretch me out like a motherfucking a Slim Jim. I don't.
Yeah, dude. I wish I'm not even as tall as my dad.
How tall's your dad?
He's 5'8".
What's his social security number now? Can I also get his mother's maiden name?
Could you imagine if I had it like memorized?
That'd be weird.
Yeah, that would
That'd
be weird. That would be like strangely autistic. That would be.
That'd be something my dad would do. You know
I don't even think I've read my dad's social security number ever.
Weird. Yeah, it is. Anyways.
Yeah, anyways, dude.
I don't know where to go with that. Yeah, me neither.
Off track there, buddy. But
Shit.
So you're still trying to go to Boston.
Yes,
trying
sir.
to get out of Providence.
Yeah, that's
and you're
really
getting
it.
your engineering license.
No, not even close. Electrical license. Yeah,
license.
it's like a whole fucking subgenre.
They both start with an E.
Close enough. They're both pretty gay, so that's another one. You know,
there you
like
go.
it's
there
fucking a good time.
So, do you? Because I wanted to ask you this. Do you ever think that you're kind of creating a safety net for you with comedy?
No. As a matter of fact, I feel like it's a better idea because I feel like if you hate a job enough where you want to get out of it, but at the same time you can do it, I feel like that's a good spot to be in. Where it's like, I could imagine. Well, I've actually thought of something like that, but to me, it's like the idea of like I went to college and I can get an office job and then I can switch over to do like an actual like become a comedian. Like that's what like I'm pretty sure that's what Attell did. He was like working in an office and like pretty sure you need like degrees in an office. It's electrical is the same thing. Like I'm not trying to like if I were to make my own company, I feel like that's when it's more like that's the fallback. If I like did my own thing, really made like a lot of money off it. But like you just work for a shop, you come in the days, you know. Like the people I work with, they're chill, they're laid back, it's kick back. I could take off days easy, you know what I mean? Like to me it's just like a job. It's literally just like a job with other steps, but when you do it for 4 years, it becomes easy. It's like fucking, you know what I mean? It's just it's light work because you do it for so long.
So that's the line that you won't go past.
Exactly. I'm definitely not going to try and start up anything crazy. Yeah, well, if you want, you really should, like, if I want to get serious about comedy, I shouldn't get so serious about electrical. Like, I need to get my license. I need to learn how to fucking do it. Like, I know how to do most of it already. Like, something like that, you know what I mean? Where it's like, you need to understand what you're doing, but then, like, after that, it's like, I don't need to fucking deal with overhead. I don't need to deal with, like, paperwork and slips and customers. It's like, that's my boss's job, you know? That's, like, what overhead is for. And, like, offices and management, HR, like, that's their job. My job is to do what's at hand. And that's where I feel like I could definitely, like, get some shit done in comedy if I live life like that.
Because that's where everything sort of gets complicated, right?
Exactly.
Dealing with all that bullshit.
When you have overhead, that's when things get real complicated real quick, you know?
Yeah, a similar thing happens when you work out too much. Like, it's a very similar thing. I try to get prepared to do a triathlon, not, like, professionally, but just in the gym.
Okay.
And it took, like, 2 weeks of real preparation, and I ended up doing it, but the days following and the days after, I was the least funny I'd ever been.
Yeah, your mind's on something else.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean? You're in a different world. You're fucking not thinking about.
Also, if you're preparing to run 6 miles,
that is a lot
at a time, plus 24 miles on a bike and a mile,
what the fuck?
Mile in the pool.
What the fuck gets your rocks off, Chris? What the fuck's going on here?
You're going to places of your brain, if you're a comedian, that maybe you shouldn't go into.
You're like the opposite of fucking going to Pleasure Town. You like going to Pain Town.
Yeah.
Or not Pleasure, fucking Flavor Town. You like Pain Town.
You do learn some things out there, though. It's good.
I could imagine. Yeah, I could definitely imagine.
Yes. It's this most... Like, do you know when you take too many edibles and you
Yes.
feel like time stops?
Do you know? I like when you. Do you know when you take too many edibles? Yes.
Yeah, I didn't have to finish the sentence.
Too often.
But you know when, like, that feeling of time stops?
You're melting.
Yes. The only thing I've ever gotten close to that is when you're in the middle of a 6-mile run and you're 30 minutes in, you're 3 miles in, you've done a 5K, and you got 3 more miles to go, and then you're swimming afterwards.
I think you got like a runner's high. That has to be
for
it.
For sure, that's what happens.
Yeah.
But you gotta go deep down. You know what I mean? It's like comics always have this fucked upness in their brain that maybe they shouldn't watch too much.
Yeah, it's the drive. It's the drive aspect for a lot of like good, better coming up comedians, good comedians, whatever you want to say. It's like a lot of those guys I feel like often have something in their mind where it's like they couldn't make it to like their career, what they want to, like their job or what, before they did comedy, they couldn't apply that thought or that like mindset to what they were doing. And I feel like once they got into comedy, they got more like, to get better, they really brought in that drive of like, I need to like dig deep and fucking figure it out. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I feel like that's like, I fully haven't reached that yet, but like I've gone to points where it's like I really need to like just lock in and either write jokes, go out, do whatever. I feel like to get better, to progress, you really need to like, so it's almost like, feels like a fucking movie or like a story. It's like you need to like have a day of meditation and like whatever, like whatever training arcs or whatever, you know? It's like that workout before the big fight, like that training session before the big fight of some fucking shitty movie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, sure.
Like you need to actually spend time. When I was on vacation, I went to Myrtle Beach because that's where I can afford. When I was on vacation, I had family down there. I didn't even rent a place. We just crashed at my family's place. But when I was on vacation, every day during vacation, I wrote. I got absolutely like pretty much nothing out of it, but the day after I came back, did the set, bombed, rewrote jokes, I was 10 times better than when I left. I felt like, because not just about the jokes, but just about my writing, and like I kept like the process going, you know?
Yeah.
I felt like I got something out of that.
Sure. And like circling back to what we were talking about with taking time away from comedy, you're preparing for your test, studying.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
This week I've been faltering a little. I think I've just been overdoing myself a lot lately.
Yeah.
I've been faltering bad this week with everything.
And that's what I'm saying with your electrical test. Like, similarly, you spending all that time into that, it's got to be taken away from the comedy.
Oh, 100%. I'm like missing mics. I'm missing writing time. Like I used to, before studying, after work I'd go and hang out and write somewhere. Now it's like, after work, I get out of work, I go to a coffee house, and I study electrical for like 2 to 3 hours. Want to fucking kill but it's just boring, dude. It's monotonous. I mean, it's kind of cool, but like when you learn theory and calculations, it's like, why do I fucking I'm never going to use it. That's another thing about like college and electrical higher education is I feel like a lot of it you don't use. It's just all depending on what kind of like job you get into, and then you learn more about it, you know, specialize. But going back to your point, like you said, yeah, no, it takes away a lot. Like I'm missing nights. I'm missing definitely like progression in my career. Like I wanted to produce a show. I really wanted to, but I realized just because of how much I had on my plate, it's like I need to like lay back on comedy. It's like I need to take both feet out of put one foot at least into electrical, and maybe like an arm into both feet into electrical, and maybe an arm or a pinky into comedy. Just keep it up. Just keep going. Just like grind.
So do you think that that's good for you though?
Yeah,
you doing
100%, 100%. I'm able to study right now. I'm able to fucking still do some comedy. It's just I need to fucking go to bed earlier. I need to fucking. It's hard trying to take care of yourself too. By the way, with all like, you know, I got between my work, comedy, studying, I still want to work out and like eat good and try and go to bed early, and like it's just so much on my fucking plate, bro. It's like when you use so much time up during your day, it's like you gotta lock in.
So
some days I don't.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it
Like,
sounds like a lot.
it sucks.
So, when are you waking up to do all this shit?
I start my morning pretty late. 6:10.
6:10.
Yeah.
That's when you wake up.
Yeah.
That's late
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
You're insane.
I know.
See,
Well,
that's crazy that you think that that's late, though.
in my
That's-
field of work, yeah, that's a late
Sure,
start, you
but
know what I mean?
To everybody else who's normal, that's crazy.
That is true. You got to kind of live in the world of craziness to really get good at it, you know?
Yeah,
some
of
some
course.
stuff like that, like electrical. It's like we have early mornings. Like
Yeah.
I used to wake up at 4 in the morning to get to a job site to get paid 15 an hour, bro. Like
Right.
like bro,
And then-
in fucking Mattapan or Roxbury, bro, in Boston, like
But
the
on-
fucking hoods, bro.
On top of that, doing that with open mics, right?
Yeah.
Where open mics run till 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. It's gotten easier.
Yeah, but that's crazy, because then you're driving 40 minutes to the open mic, you're driving 40 minutes back
Yeah.
at 11 o'clock, so you don't get back till midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's a lot.
That's it. You
Yeah,
know.
that's a lot, though.
You know.
And that's kind of cuckoo.
I know.
Especially, like,
I don't know. Like I don't
coming down from, like, people don't understand with comedy is that there's a huge adrenaline rush, like a drug. It's like a drug when you go
Yeah.
on stage. And so you've been hit with this massive adrenaline drug.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're supposed to go to sleep an hour later.
Yeah, you know,
After a
I
40-minute drive.
yeah, I'll jerk off sometimes. That helps. I don't know,
Sure.
fucking
Of course you gotta do the little work in it.
a little fucking
Of course.
spank and tank the energy. You know.
I mean, that's sad.
I
That's
hey,
sad, yeah.
bro, why you sound like Chris Hansen? Why do you sound like Chris Hansen right now? We need to sit down. Fucking, let's talk. Like,
All Chris's kind of sound similar, I feel like.
yeah. Yeah. I think the key is if you can go to bed on a decent time and eat good food and take care of your body, you can get shit done.
Yeah,
The
but
past like
How are you doing that?
I don't know. I just don't like have a dating life. I feel like I don't date as much right now. I haven't been dating as much because I've just been busy studying.
So no pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I'll talk to chicks sometimes. I'm not
Sure.
I'm not really like going out of my way
No,
and
there's
trying
no
to
way
fucking.
you could fit that into your schedule.
It's just a lot. I feel like I could, but it's just not really what I'm looking for right now.
It's, it just takes time.
Yeah,
is
and
what
that's
it
what
is.
like I don't want to fucking spend years talking to a chick just to find out I don't like her.
The apps take so much time
Yeah.
to get
Oh yeah.
anything going.
Yeah, like a few years ago they weren't that bad, but I just feel like now it's like a little bit weird. Like now it's like chicks are flaky, chicks are weird. Like guys are also very we just fucking I don't know. It's just not good. I don't like it too much. I'm not a big fan of the apps. Like
It's a weird way to meet somebody.
yeah, I just don't do good on app. I don't like texting. That's why I call people. Texting takes fucking 15 years to fucking have a 2-minute conversation, not
Yeah, of
even.
course.
So it's like with me with dating apps, it's like it's real. Like I get to like I crack jokes on there and shit, and like sometimes it fucking works. But it's like you gotta have that aspect of cool too. And it's like, bro, it's tough trying to be cool and funny. You know what I mean? Like if
Cool
you're
and funny usually don't work
Exactly.
too well
Exactly.
all the time.
So like when you do like comedy 4, 5, 6 nights a week, bro, like you have that mindset of funny, but then like you can switch it off to cool, but then I have to study, I have to go to work, I'm tired. It's like it's a lot,
Yeah, and also
I don't know.
you don't feel like a winner.
Yeah.
You don't feel cool.
No, not
Going
at
to
all.
Providence open mic.
I have fun talking to people. That's what I really enjoy.
Sure,
It's just
sure.
what we're doing right now is really what like drives me to go out.
Yeah.
Not only just comedy, but just hanging out with people. I don't have a lot of people in my life. I feel like I have my friends, but like I have my dad, thankfully. I got my sisters, thankfully. I got my grandparents, my aunt, and that's really it. Like I don't really talk to my I don't really have an extended family, to be honest. But yeah, no one really lives close. Like I'm not in contact with my mom. It's it's not a lonely life. It's just like I need to make sure I go out and like I do shit. Cause my issue for a while was like gaming, dude. Like I don't know. I think we talked about this before, but
Yeah.
it's like
You have a real problem sometimes.
it becomes a problem. I make
Yeah.
it a problem because I'll sit on the game for like 12 hours a day, 16 hours,
That's
like something
crazy.
nuts, and grind on that for no reason. And like I just don't even feel good about it. That's my
No.
issue. Is it doesn't get my rocks off. You know what I'm saying? That's like why I go out and do comedy. It's like I feel like I'm not only able to talk to people, but I'm able to like express my art. I feel like I did something for the night. Fucking the adrenaline of on stage trying to make fucking shitbags laugh. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's a different feeling.
So nobody should feel good playing 12 hours a day.
Well, I don't know. If you really enjoy it and if you're like
If you're
talking to
making
people,
money off of it, sure.
yeah, but
If
like
it's your job.
yeah, I think 12 hour like you should work a job and you should have a social and family life, but if gaming is your true hobby, then by all means,
12 hours is a lot, though. Half a day.
Well, I don't know, like 12 hours in a session or 12 hours it's on
How often are you playing is the question.
I guess you wake up on a Saturday morning, you get some breakfast, say hi to whoever's in the house, whatever, you go hop on the game, play all morning, do some lunch, maybe go to the gym, play some more in the evening, fucking eat dinner, fucking game all night. That's like 12 hours right there. And to me, that's like if you're really, and then like that's like your night right there, and then Sunday you go do your errands and responsibilities. I don't know.
You're talking like an addict. Did you see how you're talking right now? You're like, yeah.
That sounds about right. No, that sounds.
I get the Coke and I get to do it.
Yeah.
And I'll be high for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I can go talk to the relatives.
Yeah.
And then I'll do a little bit more Coke and then I'll come down. And when I come down, I can go do the real
go fucking
errands,
yeah.
And then I can respond to my mom after I blah 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 blah. And then afterwards, I can come down with the weed.
Yo.
No. This will all play out very, very good.
Okay, I get
Yeah,
the fucking
like,
point.
This is
Yeah, so I have a problem. Summarize it.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, dude, to each is to their own. I think if you're doing that, I mean, literally like a 12-hour day.
Binge.
Yeah, binge. If that's what you want to do for your entire life, I don't necessarily think that that's a problem. And you're like trying to maybe stream or do recordings or whatever, maybe then
trying out a creative aspect to it where it really makes you think a little bit more.
Sure, and also there is other things associated with that, right? Like reaching out to people,
trying to talk to new groups of people,
maybe trying to be entertaining during the stream, so whatever, right? So there's a lot more at that than play, but if you're doing 12 hours a day and you have a job and you're, just like a regular guy, that is a lot of time.
You've played GTA 5 online, right?
Yeah, of course I have.
I've met some of the biggest fucking losers on that game.
Oh,
it is so funny.
Yeah, you can hear how fat they are when
I
they
was
talk.
16, maybe 18 when I was talking to this dude who worked at McDonald's. He was like a full-time manager. He had like a felony or something. And he would just smoke weed, play GTA, and skip on his child support. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, average, McDonald's
worker. But it's like, bro, that's your life is fucking just GTA online, bro.
It's hell. And the thing is he goes to work every day and he just waits for him to get off work.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's a very dull life.
It's weird. I wouldn't call it dull, but it's definitely interesting. Like, if that's how you want to live, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like there should just be more to it. Maybe like a little family time, maybe a little family activities, maybe a little like exploration if you can. Local some walks, some workouts if you can. Like, I don't know. Like,
think about any other like place and time though.
Yeah,
right?
no, this is very modernistic. Yeah,
like person, just like cavemen to literally like the 1800s people. Whatever.
No one was ever doing something like. Well,
could you imagine them watching the McDonald's employee just go to McDonald's and then go home?
I think the closest thing we have to that is like people out west who would like work in a kitchen and then go to a gambling house and just gamble for the rest of the night.
But even that,
you might win something. Yeah,
there's that.
There's an actual.
Also, you're with people all day.
There's
something about.
Well, you talk to people on
it's not the same though.
No, you don't see their face. Yeah,
it's not the same. It's a weird way of.
You have more emotions. I feel like I feel very like not dull, but like I think just doing comedy for over a year now, it's like almost like there's no awkwardness to anything I say. I feel like sometimes it's instantly not like I'm comfortable obviously, but it's just like the way we're able to talk. It's like I feel like I've known you for 5 years or some shit like that. Like that's like the way I talk to people. It's like I'm just it's just I feel like it's easier to be friendly now. Like,
well, there's that.
It's kind of cool.
Right, of course.
It's like almost like a fear of social speaking,
Sure.
As you're saying.
No, absolutely. But there's also a component of you and I are both obsessed with one thing.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, Like, you might be in electrical, might be going to school, I might be moving away. Like, no matter what's going on in our lives, we both have this one thing in common where we both love this one
that
thing.
both brings us together here right now,
Yeah,
as a matter
exactly.
of fact.
So, like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day because we always can fall back on that.
Nah,
There's
yeah.
always more to learn about that.
Dude, I'm like, I'm just ready to get my license and then like push electrical away and like just focus on comedy. And like that's like what I'm really excited about. I think about the people too who run a bunch of like venues, and it's like that's got to be a cool feeling because you just got shows going on. You're like on shows now. You're like moving. I'm not really into the production side of stuff, but like I like telling jokes. Like I want to get good at telling jokes. You know, there's even like a lot of like. I feel like almost like not subclasses like a video game, but like a lot of different ways to go about like stand up and comedy in general.
Yeah. Well, of course.
You
There's
know?
all these different routes and different paths of comedy, and
It's
it
like
gets real weird.
Yeah, and once I'm like done with electrical, it's like I can like actually really like focus on what I want to do with it. For me, it's mostly joke telling. I want to start like a small production, just get a show going, get people on board. Maybe I'll get booked more. I feel like out here in New England, it's definitely a lot of like if you run a bar show, you get people on, they'll put you on. You know, I feel like that's a lot of comedy though right now. It's like if you run a production,
Here it
is it? That's the thing. I don't know about other areas, to be honest.
Here it is. That's how it's played here. I don't know
Gotcha.
how New York City is played. I've heard New York guys
I heard-
talk about things, and they sort of describe it as like a game, but they make it hard. The people above make it hard, and they test you in various of ways. And they
Makes sense.
they do give a lot of opportunities though, and it's not like this back and forth production thing. It's not like that.
Like
It's
you scratch your back, I scratch mine.
It's more, oh, you seem funny, I'm gonna fuck you over, and then if you come back, then I'll give you a good spot. Is what I've heard from the New York guys, and my understanding of how it's played up there.
That's kind of cool.
I've never been there. Well, that's why a lot of New York comics are fucking tremendous. Is because they get thrown into the mud and they crawl out of the mud.
The ones who do.
Yeah, the ones who do. A lot of people get left behind, and they're not good.
Yeah.
But those get weavened out. Now, again, I don't know that. I've never been to New York City. I've been to New York City, but I've never gone to New York City to do stand-up comedy. I've never lived in New York City, and I don't know how people even really operate there day to day. But to my understanding, from what I've heard from people, that is how it's played.
That's pretty cool. No, I like that. I like that aspect of it. I think that definitely changes the game. I feel like Jake and Johnny's on Thursdays, like that's like what that mic can be. It's like there's sometimes a curveball with the crowd or like with the room or something's going on. It's the room. It's the room that always is like the curveball because you never know if it's gonna be busy slams with people who aren't listening, busy with people who are listening, all comics, no one, you know, it's like I like I mean, because I'm only an open. You're an open micer. We're both open micers right now. It's like there's definitely some mics that have curveballs that make things interesting.
Yeah, and in Austin, the way I'd say it's played over there is just show up. It's a lot of showing up in Austin.
Just showing face.
Showing face.
Seriously.
And being good. That's it. And progressing. That's it.
Sounds pretty easy.
If you show progressing and you show that you care and you have a decent attitude, you're gonna get booked. That one
sounds like I need to head down there, bro.
And the better you are, the more you'll get booked.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But they keep giving you opportunities,
nice.
even if you fail.
Nice.
Like if you fail there, you can come back.
Nice.
Now, here's the thing: a lot of people show up, and I know some people who are bad, and they get booked on shows, and you go, "Why? What's going on here?" And you know. It is so you still have that, like some people are known, you know, some people are a friend of a friend. I mean, that happens even in New York City and
of course, it happens everywhere, dude.
But that I'd say in Austin right now, what they have is the most fair.
That's pretty cool.
And from what I understand about New York City, that's very fair as well.
Nice.
So I don't know which is better though. I really don't know.
Yeah, I like the idea of Austin being a little bit more spread out sometimes. Like there's other cities you can go to.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
There's that, but you don't need to.
No, if you have
Those are
enough stuff
complete
going on
options.
in Austin.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's pretty
can
cool.
Have a full schedule packed every night of the week in Austin, Texas.
That's pretty sick. Like I said, I've never been to Austin, but I like the concept of it. Like better than like New York, where you have to take subways and fucking do some weird like. It's close by, but I don't know. I feel like Austin's a different type of city.
Oh, Austin.
From my perspective of someone who's never been to Austin, who's barely been to New York, my perspective, but
sure, of course. I mean, it's great down there, man, and it's super easy to get around. The getting around down there is so. If you have a car, you have to have a car. You do have to have a car. If you don't have a car, you're fucked.
Easy.
You're fucked.
Hell yeah.
Like I know some people who don't have cars.
Well, they think it's like New York where there's fucking public transportation everywhere. Like,
well, some people just can't afford it. You know what I mean?
The
Some people
fucking,
don't have enough money, legitimately. Or
I feel like that all circles back around to what we were talking about at the beginning, like electrical, like a job like that, where it's like if you have the mindset of like it's just a job, but then it pays better than just a job. It's
you can be homeless down there.
Can you? Is it easy?
Yeah, you can be homeless. Yeah. It's
no shit.
It's not Boston, dude. It's not up here. There's no homeless.
Well, there's some.
They're
those homeless
during
are
the
like
winter, or they die.
Yeah, well, they're like they hibernate
outside during the winter here.
Yeah,
it completely changes that. People don't understand.
You ever been to a homeless shelter, dog?
No, I have not.
I've been to one before. It's fucking
looked from the outside. I've driven.
They're
past.
smelly. I worked in one before.
There's
crazy.
a homeless shelter out in Brockton.
Hell yeah!
And I drive past it.
Nice.
Almost every day. Before work.
Fun sightseeing.
Dude, the smell in the air is different.
Yeah.
It's different in the air from the car.
There's a funk. There's a
from
funk.
The car.
From the car?
Driving past it. It's fucking bizarre. It's so odd. I've never seen anything like it. But you have to be there. You have to be there during the winter. You have no other options here. Or you die.
That is facts.
You get hypothermia.
Yeah.
When it's fucking... Dude, it gets to 9
like
degrees
10 degrees,
here.
20 degrees.
There's no option. You don't have that. And sure, it gets cold in fucking Austin. It gets to like 25 degrees.
It's not...
Which is cold. It's
cold. It gets down there.
But 15-degree difference. And also, it only stays that way for a month.
That's nothing.
Maybe a month. I would say 2 weeks. It's like that. It's not fucking like here, man.
Half the year.
Where it's literally half the year you're fucking frozen.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
So it changes everything. So comics down there, and so for those 2 weeks you can crash at somebody's house.
That's pretty sick.
If you're a comic down there and you're homeless, you can crash at somebody's house. You can go to a gym that's 24 hours and just sleep in the locker room. You have options.
Mm-hmm.
Here, no.
No. Yeah, I get fucked.
You can't be a homeless comic here. Also, gas is expensive here.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, everything's expensive. That's why you gotta hustle, dude. Fucking.
Well, there's no option here. You have to continuously move here.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's good for comedy or not. I think it's good if you develop that work ethic here and then move somewhere else. Does that make sense?
It does, because if you could focus just even more on comedy. Like I was thinking about, like if you even worked like if I were to move down there and then work like a job that's not electrical and get like a less pay, you could probably still afford to like live down there just because of how low the prices are between minimum wage and like other essentials over there. It's just easier, I guess. Sure. That's the theory.
Yeah, that is.
I've never been,
easier.
so
no, it is for sure. It is, but you have to think about this too. So, places and revenues, right? They're preparing for a month of no business outside. The rest is pretty much good to go if you have a hoodie, right?
No shit.
So you have to think about that. So most revenues are willing to host like an open mic outside. And so you get an open mic outside started, every Wednesday. A lot of places are just funky down there in general, so they're more open to do those kind of crazy
ideas.
Things.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, right, if it works, then you might get a show inside the venue.
Right.
And so there's a natural progression of how shows develop down there as well.
Okay.
So you get a lot more mics outside. And
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
I would say half of them are outside down there.
Really?
Which here is completely
inside.
foreign. Yeah, it's all inside. All of
nice.
it is inside.
It's nice.
And down there, it's like 50-50.
I've done an outdoor mic before. It gets a little weird, I feel like, because when Rick's you weren't there for Rick's. You missed it. Were you there for Rick's?
No.
Yeah,
no.
You missed it, bro. That's like... Rick's was good because some fucking headliners would come in there and do their sets. Fucking Lee Syatt one night came in, and when I was hosting, that was sick.
Who was that?
Lee Syatt. Joey Diaz, the Church of What's Happening.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck. Oh, my God. I'm so fucking retarded.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I brought him up. That was kind of sick.
Yep.
So that's like.
You brought him up?
Yeah.
How was he?
He was good. He's good, man. He's like, you can fucking tell. Like, he's been working at it, bro. Fucking.
How many years is he?
Like 5, I think.
5 years in? Yeah.
Yeah, when he was walking off. Good. I forget what I said exactly, but I called him Humpty Dumpty when he was walking off. So I thought that was pretty funny. Basically, that was the joke. It was pretty bad, but
dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Isn't that
it's
weird?
cool.
You have those weird connections.
It's cool. It's cool. Like, it's just cool seeing people like that. And this, like, people are known from like some internet fucking lore or something.
Sure.
I look back at like 5 years ago when I never even knew what stand up was, but I'd listen to like Rogan because I'll explain that later. But it's cool just looking back, meeting these people you like hear about. It's like, whoa, cool.
What will you explain later about Rogan?
How I ended up getting into comedy, dude. I don't know if I ever told you about that. I told you briefly, but like for me, I didn't even know what stand up was till like 3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Which is fucking.
What do you mean by that? Like you knew stand up?
Not really. I would see like specials and shit. Like I'd see like not even I
yeah.
I would hear about it, but I never watch it or get into it.
Oh, you
like,
never watched it?
Exactly.
When was the first time you watched a stand up thing?
Bro, I think someone sent me a link to Bert Kreischer's The Machine story.
That's a great intro.
That's a good intro. That's kind of cool.
That makes a lot of sense. When was that?
Fucking.
Do you know what age?
I was like 16, 17, 18.
18? You didn't watch stand up until 18.
Yeah, and like I just watched The Machine story.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's
then
okay, so
haven't watched anything after that.
Okay, so wait. So you're 18 years old.
Yep.
No, this is really interesting. This is fucking an interesting story. So, and you're like dancing around it. So you're 18 years old.
Yeah.
Your friend sends you Bert Kreischer's The Machine.
Yeah.
You watch that. Are you alone?
Yeah.
By yourself?
Yeah.
What, are you taking a shit? You taking a shit?
No, I was eating some food on the counter.
Dude, this is great. So you're eating food. You're watching Bert Kreischer. Did it blow your fucking mind?
No, it was weird.
So what do you think then?
It was a story. The joke was a story format, so I just like laughed. And like that's the thing is like I feel like you see a lot of like when I see comedy and it's like a story format, it just sound like I've seen stuff like it before, kind of, but it's just not at stand up, not with a live crowd. It's like something different online.
But that didn't give you any idea you wanted to do that.
Not a clue.
Not a clue. So you watched it, you enjoyed it, and that was it.
That was it for then.
Okay.
A few years later, go on.
So you still for 2 years after that.
Yeah.
That was your like first dose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little Tosh.0 here and there, but that's not really stand up. South Park, I guess, like Family Guy, like shit like that throughout my life, and nothing
funny shit. Yeah. But not stand up comedy.
Exactly.
Sure.
And then what happened was, I believe it was, I met my ex-girlfriend when I was like 21 at the time. And then she put me on to a, I'm trying to remember exactly because there was like 2 incidences where I really got put on to comedy. I'm just trying to remember which one happened first. I think it was this one. Yeah, I met my ex. And then we decided to get freaky one night, and she decided to put on a Bert Kreischer special when we were getting down to it.
Okay. And
we're going at it, and I start watching the special, and I start laughing while we're having sex. And then she gets self-conscious. She's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "We got to change this. I can't fucking do this."
Oh, that's great, man. So
we finish up. She leaves, and I watch the rest of the special.
So she's like sucking you off, dude.
No, I'm hitting it from the back. It's like, I don't even looking about. Why would you play that? Like.
So you're like
watching this guy with his shirt off while I'm fucking a chick. It was probably the gayest moment I've ever had in my life, bro. No disrespect. Like, holy shit.
How many people have had sex to Bert Kreischer?
I don't know. I don't really get.
What's the ratio?
I don't know.
You can't be the first.
Probably
There's
not.
no
I'm just
way
thinking
you're
that.
the
No way I'm
first.
not the first.
Because I've never thought about that before until right now. So.
He's not. He's funny. His comedy is stupid enough to entice me, but not funny enough for my ex to put on and use as background noise. Like, bro.
Okay, so you
So-
had to have like slowly stopped.
We
Your
stopped.
dick starts getting soft as you're laughing.
Not even. I was going at it, bro. But like, I
Your
was just
dick's
laughing.
getting harder.
Yes. I locked in. We fucking
Okay.
locked.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, that's
Bro.
such a good story, man.
So that's like what got me into it a little bit. I started watching. Now every time I watch Bert, I'm hard. Yeah. That's what
actually like, dude. The thing that got me into comedy was that I have a kink for it now. I actually get really horny.
When I'm at the catch me on an open mic, I'm freaking out. I'm foaming from the mouth when I'm on stage.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious, man.
Bro. And then yeah, so I started watching a little bit, and I mentioned it to a buddy at the time, and then he asked me about it. And then I'm like, yeah, dude, I kind of like it. He's like, hey, like, let's go to a live performance. I'm like, there's live performances? And then he brought me to a local.
So you didn't even really understand what it was still.
Yeah.
You just thought it was specials.
Yeah.
That makes sense. There's like a level to understanding comedy, and that's everybody's first initial understanding of it. Is like, no, there's not like live shows, and there's not smaller shows. It's not like music. It's just the specials. That's it.
Exactly.
So you move past that with your friend.
I think we might have. I'm trying to. It all happened so fast to be thinking about it. It's like it all happened within a year. I'm pretty sure because when I was
like it was meant to happen. Almost.
Yeah, I think I might have. Dude, I don't even. There's just so much to think. No, because I met my ex before I was 21. Yeah, that's why everything seems so weird. Yeah, so we went to the venue because I for some reason I thought it happened like soon. Like I went to the venue first, but I realized I met my ex when I was like 20 years old. She was like 22. Fucking wild. Like, anyways, yeah, no, he brought me to a live like venue and we watched it, and it was like pretty terrible, but it was, you know, like there was a local guy who was funny, so that was cool, but like.
But you saw somebody doing stand-up who was terrible at a show.
And then that thought
But
came
that will start something right there.
That's what, like,
So
bro,
that
like, what is
was
this?
That was the click.
That was kind of the click.
Okay.
Fast forward, we go to a few more shows, because my buddy of mine at the time, he's sober, no booze, no drugs, no nothing. He gets laid, and that's it. So he loves going out and doing stuff. I'm still very adventurous, you know, but. So we go back to a few more, and then one night we're hanging out after the show, and then he tells me, hey, like, you should try an open mic. And it's like, dude, I've never fucking, like, what? Like, I just found out about this. And he puts the thought in my mind of trying it, and that's when it really, like, I started writing, you know, stupid shit, like everyone does. And then, like, 6 months later, I break up with my ex because I found out I wasn't happy and I wanted to do something more. And, you know, I found myself on like a Wednesday night at a fucking dive bar playing pool by myself at like 21. Very, very lost. Still very lost, but at least I have a better idea of what I'm doing. But like at the time, it's like I was very like, I had nothing going on. Like absolutely not, just gaming, because like that's all my life's ever been, was just like gaming. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. Fucking parents divorced young, kind of, so like we moved around a little bit in town. Like I knew some in-town people, but I just didn't talk a lot.
Sure.
So I've always gamed, and then like, you know, I break up with my ex. I'm like, dude, gaming's kind of boring, because like, you know, I did actual shit with my ex. So next thing you know, it's like we decided to go to a Sunday night open mic for the first time. I've been like working on
With
material.
who?
Just my buddy who put me on to comedy.
So how did that happen, though?
He told me about it. It's a Sunday night thing. I said,
So you're
okay.
like lost though. You're gaming all the time.
Yeah, I'm gaming. I'm going out to like dive bars by myself, just doing
Yeah.
my own thing. And he tells me, hey, let's go to an open mic. And I say, all right, give me like a month.
He says that.
Yeah.
He brings it to
Yeah,
you.
he brings it up to me, and I say, he's like, I'd love to
Wow.
see you. He personally said it. He said, I think it'd be really funny if you did an open mic. And I was like, do it with me. He's like, no, you got to do it. I'm like, okay. He really thought like I would be really funny or whatever. So a few months.
So he talks you.
He talked me into it fully. I wouldn't have done comedy if it wasn't for that one guy.
Holy shit.
I don't talk to him right now. It sucks. Like we kind of split apart. He's grown as a person for the better, I think. And it's just like our personalities don't kind of match as well. But like I still love him, but you know, nothing personal. So yeah, we stopped talking. But he brought me to an open mic. He brought me over to the Midway.
No kidding.
Yeah, and we did Midway, and it was like we got there at 8, and I didn't go up till 12.
Holy fuck.
Oh, dude, my set was terrible. My set was absolutely awful. But the thing was, usually the bars.
Did you get a laugh?
I did.
You got one. How many? Do you remember how many?
5. It was like a bunch of frat
5.
guys were like laughing at my shit. It was so
Nice.
stupid. I looked so. I had like a vest tucked in shirt, Pit Vipers.
Yeah.
I was like just going for like a gimmick.
Yeah.
And like I kind of like liked it, and I went back the next week, and then I bombed for like 2 months straight.
Wow.
And then I got better, and then I went to Providence, and then next thing you know what, I think a big thing at the start was my old man. He's like, "You going back this week?" And I was just sitting there like, "I think so." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." Because my old man would be like, how was it?" I was like, "It was rough, or whatever." But he would just always like, the next week I'd be doing something. He's like, "You gonna do comedy again?" I was like, "Fuck it, yeah, I'll go do comedy."
And so what? You were just going once a week?
Yeah, just
For
once a
like
week.
2 months?
Yeah.
That's a good start.
That's, you figure out, do I really like this? Do I really not?
I always tell people, if you're really, really passionate about doing it and you want to get it through quick, plan the first 2 months of just doing it once a week.
I think a big issue is that a lot of guys are like, I want to really get into this, and then they try and go hard, but
you burn out quick.
they've never done comedy before, so they hate their life. Yeah.
You burn out real. It's like if you were to just say, wake up one day and go, I'm going to run a 5K every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's a lot comparing an open mic session to a 5K, but
Well, no, it's not though. It's not, because I can do both. I run 5Ks. Like it's very similar. Getting in shape for like it's almost a muscle.
Yeah.
Comedy is like a muscle. If you don't do it for a really long time, you can't go right back into it.
Yeah.
You need to do some stretching beforehand. You need to write some
100%.
more. You need to listen to some of your sets.
100%.
And if you go right back in and start going right back up on stage, you're gonna hit your fucking head.
yeah,
You're
I
gonna
guess,
injure
yeah.
yourself.
I was just talking about the intensity of it, but I guess the
Oh, well,
fundamentals are
yes,
very
yes.
similar.
The fundamentals are
very similar. Yeah. Yeah.
One's a lot more unfun and less. One's a lot more unfun, and I don't know if per se more difficult, but definitely a lot less. You don't get the same dopamine from
Yeah.
running. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like that same like, oh my gosh, I did so good. It's like, good shit, I'm not a pussy.
Yeah.
And like it's a different feeling.
100%.
Different feeling. But for sure, like you
yeah.
can't just go in and start working out every day.
No,
You
it doesn't
can't
work
go
like
in
that.
and just start doing comedy every day. Unless you're crazy. Unless you're a mental psychopath, which some people are.
Some people, yeah. Some people
people
try and do
are.
it like that.
Some
I don't
people
know.
are like David Goggins. Are you David Goggins? Most
No.
people aren't David Goggins.
I do not want to be David Goggins.
And Joe Rogan said he would start doing comedy, and he started doing it every single day. But that's very rare. Are you Joe Rogan? Most
Hell
people
no.
aren't Joe Rogan. So just take things slow, I'd say. So you were going slow for 2 months, though, doing that. And then what was the second open mic you went to?
Oh, I went to Providence, actually. I went to, like, a skew. No, pub.
Really?
I did pub, and that was, like,
I don't
also...
know what pub is.
Pub on Park?
Uh-uh.
Oh, yeah, you never went to that one. That was, like, the Monday one for Providence.
Okay. Yeah,
Sucks.
I went to Cagney's.
It's not... It doesn't suck. It's... You know, it's a Monday night open
It's a
mic.
Monday night
yeah,
open
shout
mic
out
in
to pub.
Providence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to pub, but like
course.
for them doing
It is
but
what it is.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, but I met like a lot of people from there. Like
Which is crazy because Cagney's always has decent crowd.
Yeah, bro. I just don't want to drive to Quincy.
Of course. It's a pain in the ass. Go ahead. Sorry.
Nah, yeah. Plus, like, what's good about pub is it's just a shitty workout mic. Like you know what you're walking into. There's never. It's something you can like walk into and know what to expect. So it's like almost like an easy workout room. It's like the opposite of what Thursday is for comedy in Providence.
So here's the big difference, though, that changes everything too. Just for open mics wise. Monday nights in Austin is Kill Tony night.
That's what I heard. I heard it like goes crazy.
The first day of the week is the biggest thing you could ever imagine, and then everything else seems small. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you have that sort of mentality where it's like, holy fucking shit. It just changes.
On a Monday?
On a
ruins
Monday.
the rest of the week if you bomb.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's actually mad funny.
So it's a big difference though when your Monday, your first day of the open mic is can change the sort of mentality you have.
Change your life.
Well, in Austin it can.
Yeah, no, not in Providence.
No.
Change your life as you will get stabbed after the mic in Providence.
Right,
That's why they can change your life.
Exactly. It's a lot of fun. A lot of wholesome fun.
It's a time.
So
how'd you like me hosting on Wednesday over
you
at the
did pretty
Vault?
good.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I felt like I definitely got lazy towards the end, which was kind of fun for me. But like it was like I don't know. I feel like I kind of like that was better for me. Like I really like transitioned fast. Just like I moved it along.
7-minute open mic is hard, man.
Yeah, if you
It's
want to do
hard.
the full 7.
Well, but it's also just hard as an open mic.
Yeah.
Because you got to let the new guy do 7 minutes.
And sit through that.
And that's going to kill the audience.
Yeah.
And
drive people. There's one guy who really drove fucking a couple away at the mic, and that was just like, oh, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. And we don't need to name names.
No,
And
not at all.
Also,
not at all.
people will get better. But the reality of the situation is.
You're like, listen, asshole, give him time.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you're fair. You're right. You're
all
right.
things are true here, right? The new guy is going to kill the open mic for everybody. Yeah. Another true thing is you got to let that new guy kill the whole open mic for everybody because that's how he gets better.
Exactly.
So both things can be very, very true. But the reality of the situation is that means that open mic is a really hard open mic.
The issue was that guy isn't new, so it's like that's what like all right, whatever. He was
Yes.
I told him I don't care. I just told him like by the way, you did do that though. Like
Yeah. Yeah,
it's just like it's not. I don't know. It is what it is.
It's tough.
It's an open mic.
It's an open mic.
It's
dude.
an open mic.
And 7 minutes is long.
Yeah.
7 minutes is very, very long for an open mic. It feels very long. I've done 7 minutes on a show. I've done 7 minutes on an open mic, and it's completely different.
I can imagine because at least at the show, people are somewhat excited to see you.
Oh yeah, 7 minutes at a show should. I mean, it flies.
Yeah.
The thing is, with an open mic, you want to fucking do new shit. When you're trying to do new shit, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's always the first. I actually just wrote a new 5 this week, so it's like the dry run right now is fucking like gross. I don't know. Like I got some stuff to work on. I gotta write tomorrow. Though. Yeah, no, that's the process. Is like once you fine tune it enough and then see what the finished product is, can you like work with it or not? You know? And that's when it's make or break. But I'm excited because I feel like a lot of the stuff I have right now for material, a lot of it just needs better points of connecting. Like I need to connect my points together better. That way it sounds easier to the ear and people can understand it easier. Yeah. A lot of it is just like trying to make people understand what you're trying to say.
What is that thing? Word economy? What do comics call it? Word
fascism? I don't know.
No, word fascism. No, it's a word. It's some word. But you want to make as least amount of words possible for your joke.
Word economy makes sense, yeah.
I think it might actually be called that, and I'm tripping up on myself. But it's something along those lines where you really just want to use as least amount of words possible for that joke. Also, I have to pee.
Okay.
Because I'm drinking, and we're almost at an hour.
No shit.
So, yeah, dude, it's 54 minutes.
No, pee break.
So, yeah, quick pee break, and then we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Goodbye.
40 minutes straight, so that was pretty cool.
Keno?
Yeah, you ever play Keno?
No, I've never played
You
Keno.
haven't lived until you played Keno.
So I haven't lived at all.
Apparently.
I'm sorry.
You gotta play the numbers. You gotta play the numbers. Basically, you get this old like Scantron card, and then you like pick what kind of edition you want to play, Keno Plus or Keno Overtime, or you don't have to play them at all. It's double your initial wager. And then you fucking click on how many a spot game do you want to play, and then you click on how much do you want to bet, how many games do you want to play, and then you pick your numbers. I'll do like a 6 or 7 spot game, so I'll fill in like 6 or 7 numbers, and then like you put the cash down, let the cashier or the bartender will like usually scan it, give you a little slip back, and then on the TV it like just like
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Before. Yeah.
You got to play the numbers on Keno.
And you play that.
So that is my backup plan. Actually, I'm gonna become a Keno master if I can blow up in. I'll just become a gazillionaire off of Keno.
Yeah. So you're just hanging out there playing Keno.
Is my Friday really for open mic comedy, or is it to get flavored zins in Rhode Island and play Keno? You know, who really knows?
Right. Yeah, isn't it interesting, by the way? Flavored nicotine, it's outlawed in Massachusetts.
Pretty fucking lame, right?
Dude, isn't that crazy?
Do you want a little upper decky fucking menthol?
I don't do zins.
Got you. And then do you want one?
Well, when in Rome.
When in Rome?
When in Rome. Yes. I don't do these, though. I might throw up.
Oh,
everywhere.
Maybe. Well, you got to take it out if you feel sick from it.
Yeah, of course.
The first part about it is figuring out how to open the thing.
Yeah.
If you can't open it, you can't get us in.
I got it.
He's just going to ply it open.
Dude, wait, hold on. No, dude. It
is confirmed. Chris Pushkar is retarded.
Yeah,
no, I'm playing. Those things are kind of a bitch to fucking open up.
I got good at them because my ex-girlfriend got into them for a period of a month, and then I haven't opened them.
Am I bringing back some trauma?
No, you're fine, dude. So what is this? This is 3%?
That's, 3 milligram.
And this is menthol?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You might feel a little buzz on your lip when you do it.
Dude, I'm going to throw up everywhere.
You'll be fine. Hell yeah. Can't wait to catch that on fucking camera.
I have gingivitis too, so.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Everything, bro. God was like, dude, we're going to make like everything medical wrong with you.
A small, frail boy.
Like, we're going to give you financially stable parents, but like we still want to make you a comedian. So we got to like put a lot of wrong.
Let me pop one with you, actually, if you're popping one.
Oh, dude, you can't not do one while I'm doing one.
Last in?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
We're in.
And I swallow it, right?
No. The spit. Yeah, you can swallow the spit.
You
Yeah,
swallow the
yeah,
spit.
Yep.
It's not like chew.
Nope. It's fine. It's not like you don't. No, don't do that, Chris. I don't know what you're doing. Don't do that.
I feel like I'm getting ready to eat pussy. You know what I mean?
There you go.
I don't know what that is. I don't know
when
why
you're done,
I'm
just put it in here.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Give it a few minutes.
It's a real gentleman's like thing.
I know, right? Don't you feel sophisticated?
Yeah, it kind of feels like a cigar. It does feel like that.
It's like I don't feel like a bitch for using a vape, you know? It's like I'm doing something kind of cool.
Right.
It's
Yes.
Packing an upper decky.
Yeah, vapes always feel gay.
Yeah.
They always feel gay.
Oh, it's like I'm smoking a robot stick, you know? Like what? Like that's not cool. Like
gay.
You don't see any fucking like murder mystery movies with a detective ripping a fucking box mod like it's some fucking robot showed. No, he's smoking a fucking Marlboro like a fucking man, bro.
Right.
Like
cigarettes
except
are cool,
the tar.
But they're gross.
Yes. Confirmed.
Cigarettes are cool but gross.
Well,
they're
yes. Unfortunately.
Do you like them?
I'm not gonna. I kind of do, but like I don't.
Drunk or do you like them
sober?
Do you do them drunk?
Yeah, if I have them.
I hear
if I'm
that,
smoking them, not like all the time when I'm drunk, but
I hear they're amazing drunk.
I don't know. I think cigarettes are better sober.
Okay.
I think you gotta experience it.
Mm-hmm.
Same with you gotta do comedy sober a few times.
Well, a few times for sure. I feel high.
Yeah, you feel high off the comedy?
No, from the Zen right now.
Oh, yeah. If it's too much, then spit it out.
No. We're in, baby.
You're riding it out?
We're in, dude.
Once you feel like you'll know your peak, and then once you feel it, just take it out. Just take it out. Because then it takes, like, not a lot, but a few seconds to, like, come back down.
Yeah.
It's like it's a fucking elevator. So, like, you gotta, like, really just, like, make sure you know when you're like, okay, I've had enough. So that way you're not, like.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to get you too fucked up. Yeah, it's like a high. It really is a high with nicotine.
Yeah, this is a nice, like, sort of, and it has that cigarette feel where like you're not like fucked up. It's a good conversational buzz.
It's a conversational buzz for the first,
you do
15.
cigars? What do you feel about
No, I don't do
cigars
cigars
are
anymore.
cool
Cigars are
mafia
too
boss.
much. Cigars are too
Love
much for me.
cigars.
It's like I feel like I'm wasting it. Like I'm just not really like.
Really? I love
yeah,
a
well,
cigar.
it's like then the fucking mouthpiece is always a pain to deal with, and the cigars take so long to fucking smoke. Like, just give me a cigarette, bro.
You do look badass though with a cigar.
Yeah, I don't know.
A
I feel
different
like
type
a fucking,
of badass.
I feel like
I feel like
oi governor whenever I smoke a cigar.
No,
you know, I feel like a
no,
fucking
it's like a Scarface.
a Brit thing, bro.
No,
a
it's like
Scarface.
Yeah.
I feel like a Scarface is like having white powder on your nose.
You know,
you
like
know?
Goodfellas. It's like a
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
I feel like in Goodfellas, I saw them doing blow and smoking. I feel it's all cigarettes. Well, Tony Soprano with a cigar.
When they're gathering, though, I feel like they don't gather when they're hanging out. They smoke cigars.
I don't like
It's like
cigars.
a weird mafia boss cool thing.
I like cigarellos. Those are cool. They're like skinny cigars.
Yeah.
Those are actually kind of cool. I like that because
what's the difference?
it's just
for you?
easier to handle. It's like a blunt kind of. It's like I don't know.
So it's the handling.
It's the handling part. It's like it's a lot. A cigar's a lot, bro.
You feel gay with a cigar?
No, not gay. It's
Is it
just
something
like
about a big thing on your
big
lip?
thing on my lip.
Yeah, I
Nah.
could see that.
Not for me. It's just a lot, bro. Like I don't like. I did it a few times, and like back in high school, actually, I would do a cigar every so often, and it's just not really like hitting. Zin's easier. Zin's more chill. Like I can pop a Zin while I work and kind of just like lock in. Like, that's really it. Get a buzz while I'm working.
Okay.
It's easy. I like it in the morning.
This makes your tongue numb.
Yeah, that's the menthol for you. Yeah, I got a little like buzzing on my. I have a upper decky packed right now on the Kpush podcast.
No, this is
Upper decky on the
I've never done a Zin on
KPP.
the podcast before.
No, I'm glad to be the first.
162 episodes.
That's
63.
crazy. I forgot you were doing this for fucking years on end.
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel like that.
Oh
When you
yeah.
start
No,
out
don't say
at
that.
17, no, you can only get so good at something when you started out at 17. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially something that requires interesting thoughts and opinions.
Mm-hmm.
At 17, you don't have any of those.
No, it's mostly just talking about fucking whatever 17-year-olds talk about,
I
right?
found out that after the first 10 episodes, I basically was repeating everything I'd already said.
Nice.
Because you think you have, dude, it humbled me a lot, because you think you have a lot to say at 17. You think you have a lot to say.
I had a SoundCloud rapper phase.
Yeah, of course.
I never dropped any music, but I tried for like 2 days, and that was it.
This is my SoundCloud rapper phase. And it's still going, unfortunately. It never ended.
Ever KPP.
Yeah,
Ever.
right? Like, this is just as embarrassing. It just never ended for me.
I feel like this is like.
This is different.
Not cool. Yeah,
It's
like.
It's different because it relates on what I would want to do.
Yeah,
And
I
this
tried
helps
like
comedy a lot.
I was like with this guy who like was trying to make beats. He's tapping out.
Yeah, that's it for me, buddy.
I respect it.
That's it for me.
I respect it.
Oh my god. See, this is the thing though. Is now I drink water and then I get like the most nicotine, right?
No.
How it works?
No, you'll be fine. You're gonna just puke afterwards. See, you're good.
Ugh.
There you go.
Oh, I did get that nicotine.
A little bit.
Yeah,
A little bit.
My odd part is though, my favorite part about nicotine is after it's done, because then you still have the buzz.
Yeah.
Going, and it lasts a while.
No, for this it doesn't. Like it's
it
a
lasts like 10 minutes.
5 minutes.
Maybe I'd never do this.
That is true.
Last time I did it, it was last summer. It was a
Really?
month. Yeah, it had to have been. No, it was last October.
Okay.
It was last October, and
Yeah, last one for me was like earlier, like an hour ago.
yeah, that's the thing. Like these nicotine hits me like a fucking truck. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it though that way. I used to be addicted to it. I didn't like it when I was addicted to it.
Yeah, I don't like the vaping. I never liked the vaping.
So I got hooked on the vaping.
The vaping gets everyone, bro, because it's so easy to do. You could do it anywhere virtually, but it's just like it's not like you feel it in your lungs and you feel gross. And like for me, I felt sick and like I just felt very gross off it. The Zins, I feel it's a lot cleaner. I feel like
That is true, and also, yeah, there's something about needing to put something in your lungs as soon as you wake up.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
There's something about that, and also it's not like my friends who do it are like, and I keep trying to tell them because they always talk shit about me smoking weed.
Oh, come
and
on.
like for sure, it's a problem. But
Phooey.
when they're doing, I asked them how many rips of their disposable they take, which they're doing like Chinese, whatever the fuck is going on at the local
Whatever's
gas
cheapest
station.
on Temu. Yeah.
They're doing 200 hits a day.
Those are rookie numbers. We gotta get those numbers up, boys.
Yeah, and like that's like on an average day.
I used to do. I don't know. Jamie, look this up. I used to do a Joule pod a day for like a year straight. Can we look that up right now? Can we look up how many puffs is in a Joule pod?
I think it's like 50. I want to say it's something around. It's like
it's
a
not
good
50.
Number.
It's not 50.
It's
no
not
way.
50.
It's not. It's more.
So, but continue because
how many puffs is in a Joule pod? We gotta. That's what I want to know.
Well,
because I used to smoke for a day, and that actually gave me some like almost health issues. It was weird. It was not good.
What health issues?
Oh, bro, like I was just like
holy
200.
fuck.
So I was smoking about 200 puffs a day.
So yeah, that is what that is.
200 puffs.
200 puffs a day.
Yeah,
But
so those
the
are
thing
we got to
is-
get those numbers up, boys.
The thing is though, is that they're inhaling like stuff that isn't even nicotine.
Yeah, I don't know what
Like,
there's.
this is straight nicotine.
Well, this is like the Juul has a different type of like salt. They have their own version.
Well, Juul is like not that bad for you compared to the other gas stations.
Sounds about right. Yeah, because at least you know it's coming from like a U.S. plant or some type
Yes.
of plant that's like somewhat
And it's real.
something moderate. Yeah.
What you're hitting is it's nicotine.
Yeah,
It
from
is
what you're getting
nicotine.
from like the gas station is some guy's fucking ass sweat
Yeah,
fucking
who
poured
fucking
into a
knows what
coil.
that is?
Yeah.
And there's cotton in there. It's
Yeah.
like legit cotton, and the cotton burns.
Yeah, that's how
It's
they.
a real problem.
Is that how it is? That makes.
Mhm.
So they burn the cotton. So you're essentially smoking the cotton.
Smoking cotton.
That's crazy.
And like I don't want to keep bringing it up to my friends, but like it's like that in comparison to weed is like on a bad day, I might take, I don't know, let's say on a really bad day, 30 hits of weed.
Okay.
That on like I'm going all out, all out, 30 puffs.
Okay. 30
Which
puffs.
is like, that's a lot of weed, man. You do 30 hits of a dab pen in one day, you're cooked all day long.
Hell
or
yeah.
you should.
Hell yeah.
You should be. If you're not, either dab pens don't work on you or you have problems.
Hey, listen. Who are we to judge at the KPP podcast? All right, fucking.
No, I don't have problems with you having problems, but everybody needs to do their thing. But like, what for you? Like on a really bad weed day, I mean, you're going all out.
So on like a Saturday, because I don't smoke during the week, yeah, if I'm going all out like an all day thing, probably like a gram or two
Yeah, so of what? What are you
of
smoking?
joints.
Joints.
Yeah.
So like a gram or two of joints.
That's probably like 20, 30 puffs maybe.
That's 20, 30 puffs.
Yeah,
And you're
maybe
faded.
more. Yeah, I'm like just smoking
Faded.
all day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on that high. I'm like in the clouds all day.
And like that's
I'm like
fine.
levitating when I sit down. Like, I'm like in the air and just
And-
like how we doing, boys?
Let's say, which I don't think it does. I think weed and probably tobacco are probably better for your lungs. Natural tobacco, not what they put in cigarettes. Like natural tobacco and weed are probably sort of similar to your lungs, damage-wise, than whatever you're doing with nicotine oil.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think there's definitely a difference.
But for the sake of the argument, because my friends are Nick fiends and they would argue that point that
they're all
no,
like
it's the
20, right?
same.
They're all
Yeah,
like your age, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well, that's
mean,
expected.
it's fine.
Yeah.
But the thing is let's say they are. You're doing 30 hits of something.
I feel like it's all
comparison
about
to
what do you-
200 hits.
Yeah, that is definitely a big difference.
That's got to be a lot of difference. You're
I
doing a
also-
lot more damage to your lungs. You have to be.
Something you don't think about. What's the not long term, but what's the evolution from your boys vaping? Like a bunch of my buddies, they used to smoke blunts. They're like we don't do blunts, but now they smoke like bowls with fucking like blunt wrap in it. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, that
It's like it's like we kind of smoke like
hash or something.
no, like actual tobacco
Yeah,
wrap. Like
I think
like,
you would just call it the tobacco.
No,
right?
no. There's a phrase for it. I forget what it's called because I don't do it. But like they literally
Yeah.
just put tobacco wrap in their
Sure.
fucking bowls when they smoke bong
Sure.
and like snap it. It's like, dude, you're like on my level like of cigarette smoking sometimes. Like
Well, the bong is different apparently. I
Ah.
hear that bong, if you do that, it's you can start to cause what is that thing called? Tuberculosis.
Because of liquids in your lungs. Yeah, well, that's probably if you have too much water, I bet.
Right.
You know,
but you got to be careful with that. How many are your friends measuring the exact amount?
They're like scientists, bro. They're like a bunch of scientists, bro. You know.
Yeah, of course.
They work in the industry. I actually recently I got a Kpush live resin dab cart.
Oh, really?
You can't get that anywhere in Mass right now.
That's
apparently.
so funny.
At least when I got it. It's like I checked online. It's like $80. I got it for free because my buddy works in a dispensary.
Oh, okay.
His
dispensary. Well, maybe for your buddy then it's different.
Yeah.
For sure then.
So just to get that for free, I was like on a cloud for 2 weeks straight, bro. It was crazy. Like I think my writing got worse, but like I don't really. It was wild though. Like I was really like floating and just like, yeah, I don't know. It's cool.
Weed is hard, man, because I don't think you should smoke it all the time.
Definitely not.
But
you should have sober moments.
Everybody needs sober moments. But also, weed for comedy is like steroids. It is so good for writing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that was George Carlin's.
I think creativity in general, weed's like a drug that's like good for. It's like wine moms decorating their house on like a fucking half a bottle of, you know, whatever shitty white wine they're drinking that day. Like it's just like they pop. It's like, whoa, who did this? Like,
yeah, right.
Little interior designer in here. Yeah. You know, like fucking.
They do love that. A glass of wine for interior design.
A few
white
glasses,
moms.
yeah, and they fucking put up some paintings and posters and have a great time.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I've never done anything other artistically, really, other than podcasts.
Really? I tried painting. So, that was really fucking lame.
Yeah, I can't. You need so much patience.
Yeah, I'm not good at painting. I painted one thing that was cool, and a buddy of mine actually is like, "Hey, this is sick. Can I take that?" And I was like, "Sure," and
also,
I gave it to him.
You can get lucky for your first, like,
just tape a banana to the wall and put it in a museum.
Well, not that. I'm talking about with comedy. Like,
oh.
No. Yeah, I wasn't finishing fast enough. But like, if you do an open mic every, I don't know, twice a week for 3 months, one of those times you'll probably do pretty good.
You'll pop.
You
keep grinding, you'll pop.
For maybe like a minute or two, and that minute or two
you could get a whole good
is
set.
Amazing.
Let me tell you, the nights where you get a good set in this town is fucking makes the difference, bro.
Right? And like it really does change you. But for painting, compare that to painting. How long are you failing?
Yeah, the whole time.
For 6 months, probably. I
more.
imagine. Well, probably more until you show somebody something that you made, and they're like, "Wow."
Yeah, I think painting is one of those things where it's more of like a hobby for most people.
Some
people try and do something more with it, but like
some people love it as much as we love comedy.
You know what's something? Poetry. I do not fucking get that. Like I do not. Like how is that still around?
Yeah, but then I hear. Have you ever heard a really good poem, man? Like
really good poem?
Yeah. Have you ever heard?
Fucking Jack and Jill went up the hill with $1.25. Jill came down with $2.50. Fucking Dice Clay had him, bro. The nursery rhymes.
But no, there's some good poems, man. There's still some good poems.
Yeah.
Most of them suck.
Yeah.
Most of them suck. And
poems from like the 1800s.
Today it's weird if you want to get into poetry.
Yeah.
Because there's so much else.
Yeah, that's
like the thing now.
I think the world moves so fast where poetry just can't move with it. Like, you ever hear a poet at a fucking open mic? It's rough.
No, I'm not
all
going to
the
poetry
time.
Open mics.
No, just like, have you ever been to any mixed mics?
No.
In Boston, they have
some.
Yes,
I have actually. Yeah.
I went to one in Boston.
Weird.
Yeah, Midway's a mixed mic actually, and one guy did poetry, and it's just fucking so lame. So Jake and Johnny, some guy did a fucking. It's a comedy open mic. He did a poem anyways, and it was one of those guys. Back when there was that fucking crazy shit. I don't know if you were around for that. Some crazy shit went down over there. But anyways.
Live poetry is weird.
It's lame.
Live poetry is weird because I feel like poetry would probably be enjoyed best when you're alone in a room.
And drunk.
And, yeah.
And a white mom on white wine. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But I appreciate... I just love words, right, as a comic.
Yeah.
Like, I love studying words. To me... poetry is a different type of study of words.
It definitely
the funniest words. They're trying to get the most emotion out of words.
Yeah.
And so I sort of appreciate that. And also,
I respect
some of the best comics really end up becoming like philosophers and poets with punchlines.
Yeah.
Like Dave Chappelle right now is more of like a philosopher poet with punchlines than he is a comic, because he's almost surpassed being, I mean, he's still a comic.
Right.
But his style is way more of like old George Carlin's. Like old George Carlin in like the 90s and early 2000s became like more of a philosopher.
There's a name for the style he does, where it's like it's a story that he walks you through and points that he makes through walking you through something. It's a style. It's a big style right now in comedy. Like, not in Providence. Providence is Providence comedy is different in a way where it's like Providence comedy is a lot of like shock and awe. Like, a lot of the good guys we have around here have really crazy shock and awe tactics where it's like they'll fucking have a crazy punchline about like midgets or something really funny, like something about like they'll say something crazy.
Yeah.
And that's where they get that's where they pop. And I really like that, because it like I've learned how to do some of that with a lot of like one-liners.
Yeah.
But like Boston is definitely more of like what you're talking about. Not exactly Dave Chappelle, but like, you know, it's a lot of like they walk you through something or an idea, and they walk you through with like a story of some type. And
I feel like Boston though is fast-paced comedy.
No.
You don't think so?
No. When's the last time you've been in Boston?
I mean,
I'm so serious. When's the last time?
I've been to an open mic in Boston.
Actually, you go to Cagney's. That's Quincy. But that's not really like, I wouldn't say that's Boston comedy.
Right. Not for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Like probably a couple months.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've been there.
Yeah.
But I feel like to get people's attention, people are so miserable in Boston. It's cold.
Yeah.
They're angry from their jobs. Boston, people from Boston have a stereotype of always being pissed off, which, you know, stereotypes just don't fall out of the sky. To make people laugh here.
I don't think all their comedy is fast paced, but they do have some people definitely have some movements that are very fast.
Quick,
yeah.
though.
Yeah,
if
quick attention grab.
Even if it's a joke, like what you're saying, I feel like the story's got to be kind of a fast-paced
You got to
story.
cut the fat. Like, that's like
Yes.
what Boston writing is really good. That's what
Yeah.
I'm really like interested in, is like, cuz my sets are like, I feel like my sets around here are very like, I have more drawn out, like I bring people along. That's what I'm trying to like, that's what I really like, is like really trying to connect something together. That's where like I have 2 bits that I just wrote recently about like vacations and like, what was the other, TV programs, and I managed to like kind of piece them together with a nice little interloop. But it's like I bring people along with it with quick punchlines. Like I'm doing something right now where it's kind of like that, but it's a little bit more drawn out. Like, I'm really trying to progress my writing into like where I can like write 5 minutes, but it's like longer a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get that.
Short-paced stuff is fun, but that's not like how I write a lot. Like, I don't write a lot of like short-paced. Like, I write a lot of like somewhat short, maybe like a little bit longer. I try and aim for longer stuff.
So I feel like you have to learn how to write short-paced jokes
Definitely.
to get good at writing long-paced jokes.
Definitely.
If that makes sense. And I feel like it goes both ways, because it just starts slowly. You got to get good at the slow one.
I chop them up into blocks and work on them.
Yeah,
so
that's
I have
what
like
I do.
how to like piece them. I have like jokes that piece together like the whole thing. So I got to really like chop it up, really fucking individualize it, add different pieces and components, the mechanics.
Well, there's a certain subgroup in
Incels.
Yeah, well, everywhere. But in Boston, a subgroup of like we were talking about earlier with like passive comedy. Some people, and I've just started like talking to some people around here, they like the Boston classes. The Boston comedy classes.
Okay.
Those, what do you think about those?
Classes in don't. You shouldn't. You should only do fucking. If you want to do classes, you should only do improv, because that's like a different art form completely.
Yes.
You need because you can't practice improv like anywhere really, and like it's gonna go awful at open mics. So it's like it's better off practicing with a group trying to get good at it.
Totally agree. And if you get good at improv, your stand-up's gonna be way better.
Exactly. I'm trying to like I'm just so lazy, so I'm just like naturally just trying to do like faces and things and some crowd work sometimes. But yeah, no, I think with classes it's like with comedy, I feel like it should really come from like the soul and how you think, and you should really like if you think you're gonna suck because you don't know how to write good, that's how you get better. And if you're not, then you shouldn't do comedy.
So I was talking to some of these people, and
no disrespect, by the way. Like I always say, I don't like mean to piss off anyone. I'm just like, you shouldn't really like.
Well, I've never heard of somebody who runs a comedy class who is
the famous comic of this guy you've never heard of.
This guy you've never really
ends
heard
up just being like a local guy.
He's a local guy.
Yeah,
that's all they are. They're a local guy, and they're doing the stand-up comedy.
And think about it, like the only thing you're gonna learn from that local guy is what they know, and that's like not.
Right.
And are you even gonna learn it, or are you just gonna listen?
Right.
And then like you might not pick up on every. That's another like that's also how I learn. Is I'm not really like a school type of guy. I learn in my own free time.
Right.
Like that's what I'm doing in my electrical exam is I'm studying on my own free time to like relearn and like remember stuff. And same with comedy.
Also, on top of what you're saying, right? If somebody's giving you something that they know, they're only giving you what would work on them.
Yeah, or what they want. Even if what they want to give you, they might not be giving you the full piece.
When a comic gives you advice, that's all they're giving you of advice of is what would work for them.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what needs to happen, and you need to do what this certain comic would do with this joke, because in this joke, that comic's way of doing it works for that specific joke.
Yeah.
Sometimes, though, that's not the fucking case at
all.
all.
Yeah, your writing's completely different. Your mindset's completely different.
Your comedy's different. Your timing's different. The way you look at the world is completely different.
Yeah.
And so going to somebody, paying, I mean, he was talking about some of them are like $800 for a comedy class.
I know a guy who actually did it, and like I don't like the thing is he only does 2 mics a week, and he's like telling me he's trying to get onto more shows, and he's trying to do a show, and then like the guy for the show isn't a good guy, and I'm telling him like you might not want to do that, and it's just like, dude, I told him like, dude, you need to get out and do more mics if you want to like get better. You got to show face around in Boston. Like he like doesn't want to do that because of his job, and it like all comes down to, dude, how much are you willing to put in? Because like you can't take a class as a shortcut. Like that's on you to get better.
Right. And I think a lot of people look at it as a shortcut.
That's exactly what it is.
It's a shortcut here also.
Yeah.
To a certain degree.
Well, that's what it is with Providence. With the way they do it in Providence, like with some of the mics here, like some of the guys who host some of the certain mics, not going to say names. Those guys aren't even like open micers. They just did a class one time and they're like, okay, like I'll host, and then like they'll do a terrible job hosting.
Right.
It's just like that's like
put the time in.
Yeah, that's like what some of the places are in Providence, unfortunately. But some of the hosts actually, you'd be surprised. Sometimes you'll catch a person who's like, you're not half bad. Like, wait a second. What's funny is it's in Providence, it's usually like someone who's like 40, 50 years old. It's really funny, like who pops off in Providence.
So the thing is, though, with what you were saying is I think it's a quick way with the classes. I think it's a quick way to get a certain distance. Yeah. But in the long run, it sort of holds you back.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna improve as like a comic overall from it. Like you might learn some shortcuts and might learn some tricks that you could pick up over time easy if you keep practicing. But yeah, no, there is no shortcut to an art like this besides clips and uploading them to YouTube and hoping something hits the algorithm
and doing well.
But that's a whole nother dilemma if you can't keep up, because like there's comics out there. I've talked to some bigger guys in the local scene who talk about how these guys who headline they can't keep up with like what they like promote, because what they promote is like different. Like their 40-minute set isn't that good. You'll see that a lot with some local venues around here. There's one around us, I'm not going to say any names. Well, I could tell you afterwards, but they'll get headliners from like America's Got Talent, and that's it. And the guy who's only been doing stand-up for like 3-4 years, so he's on like a level we see in Providence, and it's like that guy isn't really like the strongest too, because like where he comes from comedy isn't Providence or isn't Boston, isn't Austin, isn't Cali or LA. It's like New York. It's like something else. So it's all about like, it's all I guess you could definitely have that influence aspect, but even then, it's like, can you keep up? Because if you can't, they're not going to book you anymore. And then you're kind of like, bro, you like went on a roller coaster of like this, and now you're heading downhill. You're heading downhill. I realized the camera's right there. And I was pointing over here.
You're fine.
The KPP podcast.
Yeah, I just I mean, with that, there's a definitely a problem with getting booked too early for things, which is why I kind of want to go at a slower pace and just
I was
keep
nervous
going with the open mics. But also with I was talking to this one guy who went to the comedy class recently, and he was just saying stuff like, they give you writing exercises, and then you practice your set that you made that night, and it's like.
That night.
But you can do writing exercises by yourself.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
You
can just do it by yourself.
Go to an open mic and do it on other people's sets. The easiest thing to do is just punch up other people's sets. Think about ideas. Listen to Kill Tony, and when they're doing their set or something, think about how you could improve
Hang out with comics.
Hang out with comics.
And
shoot
just write
ideas.
With comics.
Yeah, I've never done that. Have you done that? Have you wrote with other comics?
So... Yeah.
Well, I guess at open mics I've written with other comics,
so
but
me and my best buddy,
your buddy, didn't you say your buddy was trying to get into comedy too? But wasn't that the one that fucked your ex?
Yeah.
Damn dog.
So when we lived together, when we lived together, we would fucking practice together all the time. And we would write all the time together, and we'd shoot back ideas back and forth, and then we would rehearse together. Like, I would grab a microphone, tell the bit out, he would give me criticism, and then he would do the same thing. And you go, oh, wow, that would be really awkward. And it is at first.
Well, yeah, and really practicing by yourself is weird.
but also...
That's what I do, though. You gotta do it.
Also, if you get comfortable, like, you and me could do that.
Yeah.
But that's because we know each other. We're both comics. Right? You can't do that with somebody who doesn't do comedy.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to be able to picture it in front of a show. Because the thing is that there's no laughter when you do that.
You can't
Somebody's
get hard,
just
good
watching
edits.
You do it, and they're not laughing.
I've gone over my set with my friends sometimes, and they'll laugh. But then again, it's like my friends, and we're all fucking idiots. So it's like, but like
exactly.
You can't get real criticism. Like, they might try and give you a hook or a sinker or a punchline, whatever, and it's like it just doesn't work because they don't understand the mechanics of building a joke.
Well, my buddy wrote out his first joke, who's never done stand-up before. My buddy Sam.
Sam, I am.
He wrote out his first joke, and he was like, I wrote out this first joke, and it was basically a set. He basically wrote out, and I don't think he realized he wrote a set, but he wrote like 5 minutes of stand-up, and I'm like, dude, you covered 4 topics here. This isn't... And like,
Yikes.
There's 4 jokes in here, which they all seem... I don't know which ones are going to work or not. Definitely 1 out of 4 of these jokes are going to work. Because some of the stuff that you wrote was funny. Like, legitimately, and he's a funny guy. And
you got to remember, though, it's different. There's a difference between being funny and telling a funny joke. And anyone can be funny. But telling a funny joke, not everyone can do.
And I told him this too. I was like,
no disrespect.
Look, no, and you don't know the guy, so
exactly.
No disrespect. You're just hearing the story,
exactly.
Which is true. Like everything you're saying is true.
Exactly, I am right. Yes.
But furthering your point, what I told him is like, look, I can tell you all of this, and everything I'm saying is true, and anybody who's done stand up will tell you this too. I can't give you advice, though, necessarily, and I don't know which advice to give you until I see you go up on stage and do it.
Exactly.
And until you do that, this is just guesswork.
It's funny how the more I view, like, open mics, just the more it's like, this is really just where I practice. This is the fucking sparring. So this is where I forge the sword. You should
care about, like, well, all right, if you bomb at an open mic and you care a lot.
No, you shouldn't care like that.
The thing is, if you care like that, you will burn yourself out. You need to go numb to that bombing.
Yeah, agreed.
To a certain degree.
I'm talking like you should definitely care if you could get a laugh. Like you should care about your sets and care about how you like not how everything is, but how you did. Did you really put in the full effort, or was it like a dead night and you're just kind of fucking around?
Of course, both things are very true.
You need to definitely have like that's what keeps me going. It's like I care enough to like where I'll go to like a dead room and I'll just fuck around and try shit and see if I can get any like work on anything. If you care, you can get something to happen at least, you know?
See, it's a weird thing for like and I kind of look at it similar to like working out. If I do really well at an open mic, I'm going to be super proud of myself.
Right.
If I bomb, I'm going to go back the next day and try again.
Yeah.
And that's sort of how I look at it.
There's definitely
Same thing.
Yeah, I've definitely numbed the feeling a little bit myself of
Right.
like a hard bomb. Like
You
it's
have
not
to.
the end of the world, but
Now, show bombs.
ugh,
If you
yikes.
bomb in front of people who paid to go see you,
I'm paying to see you. That fucking sucks.
you really, really need to, like, you should feel bad about yourself.
Yeah, you should feel
should.
something. Yeah.
And if you don't, then that's the problem.
I did a free show and bombed because it was not good, but like
You feel bad then.
it sucks. Yeah, because it's a show. Not everyone can go up. It's not a mic. It's a show.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
it just fucking it sucks overall, and I just didn't like it. So
And again, it's not necessarily your fault, right? Maybe
Yeah.
it was a bad show. but
no,
either
it was
way,
the set. It was the room. Bad crowd. Like it happens.
that shit happens, but also, like, you want to have the ability to do really good in front of anybody, no matter what.
Yeah.
That's what, as a comedian, that's what you want.
Mm.
You should strive for that. And if you're not there yet, you should be unhappy with yourself. It's like,
What was the point again?
we don't have any points here.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no points at all.
Okay.
But it's like we were talking about how you shouldn't get really, really hooked on the bomb feeling at open mics.
Yes,
But
agreed.
it's almost like LeBron James, right? Like his goal is to make every 3-pointer shot he makes, right?
Yeah.
That's his goal. He's going to get to what? 90%, 95%? I don't know what his record is.
99.
I'm making
Yeah.
all these numbers up. But you want to get as close as you can to 100%.
Yeah.
If you want to, if you're doing anything, you're never going to get to 100%, but you should strive.
You want to try literally
that.
your best. Yeah.
And that's what the mentality of all the greats have at
Excuse
anything. It's like they understand that failing is actually a part of winning.
Yeah, it's how you get better. Like if
Yeah.
you kill every time, you're never gonna improve.
No, you'll stay the same.
You see it with the new guys too. Any new guy who ever goes and does a mic, they'll like hit once.
Yeah.
They'll like do all right one time. They think they're the hottest shit around, and they go up and bomb the next 3, or even the next time, and then they just never show up again. Like
Sure.
I've seen that happen, bro, and it's like fuck.
Well,
I completely understand.
well, it's well known that Chris Rock will go up at like places where he's not mentioned. Like he just shows up to shows, and he's like, guys, I'm not gonna be Chris Rock right now. I'm practicing, and he would
Right.
eat shit for like 10 minutes.
'Cause
Like
he's
he would
just
bring up
trying
a
shit.
premise
Yeah.
and just hold it and go, what else? What else? What
Just
else?
keep working it. Keep
and just
working
keep
it.
working it. And then by the end of 3 weeks, that bomb 3 weeks ago is a murderous bit now because it's Chris Rock, and he's figured it out.
Imagine being that first couple that goes to see him and he just bombs. They're like, "What the fuck is this?" And like a few months later, the special drops and they're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, exactly. But that's how comedy works.
Exactly.
It's one art form where everything is bad at first.
Yeah.
Usually, not what is it? 99% of the time. Maybe 1 out of every 100 joke you say, it works.
I don't even,
Maybe.
dude. It's like I think it's about like the length of the jokes. If you have a good one-liner, like you have it off rip
Yeah.
the first time. You know,
How often do you get a good one-liner? Though?
pretty every month.
How many jokes do you write in a month, though? You probably write
Fucking
100 jokes.
Too many. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like every once in a while you'll get one, but it's not. Don't strive for it.
Yeah, once a month I'm at least writing 10 minutes, and like half of it usually doesn't work. But we're
Garbage.
getting better. Yeah,
Garbage.
we're trying. We're getting better slowly but
I
surely.
think that's part of it, though, man.
It's
Is
the process.
I think the best thing with comedy is getting better at hating yourself. Like, you get better at hating your material.
Speaking of premises we talked about last time, you said that last podcast. I'm pretty sure comedy is like something hating yourself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, when I start drinking, I start repeating myself. For sure.
Nice. It really is. I mean, like, there's moments, but I don't know. Really the best part for me is like I said, just seeing people. Like that's always like a good time. Friends or not friends. Telling jokes is also what brings me out there. Obviously, the main reason. But I really I started enjoying just seeing people out there, talking
Sure.
to people, hanging out. Like
It feels good.
it's fun. It's just a
feels
lot of
good
fun.
seeing
I found
people.
my community. I found my people.
Yeah. then again, like it's weird how fast you feel comfortable, or like you found your tribe.
Yeah, I think if you show up every day, like it'll definitely like be fast when you're hanging out with everyone. People know you and you're hanging out with them.
Yeah, but it was like the first month of like hanging around comics where I was like, oh, these people are like me. We're all crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
It took me
month.
a little bit. It took me a little bit. Yeah.
It took me a month here to realize. No, it took me like I don't know 2 weeks to realize that
I don't
all
even
comics are the same everywhere.
I think that I disagree. I think a lot of comics are on different levels and different plane. Like it stems back to the idea of what are people really aiming for in comedy. Like I like I said, I know a guy who does 2 mics a week.
Yeah.
And his goal isn't to blow up like that. His goal is to like become a local guy.
Not like that though. I'm not saying like we're all at different levels, of course, and we're all.
Are you talking like
different
mindset or like kind of like mental
I'm talking
thinking
about
in some ways?
Craziness.
Yeah, there is a level of crazy that most comics have. I feel
have
like
to have to go on stage and bomb.
There's
and
a
then
screw
go
or
again.
two loose.
There
There's a
has
screw
to
or
be.
two somewhere.
So
it's
that's
rattling
what
around.
I'm saying. It's like everywhere.
Everyone
no matter
has
where
it too. Everyone has it too. You can like it's just the people are fucking like comedians, bro. Open micers who go all the time. They're like
crazy.
Yeah, but like you could literally like talk to them and then you could like the personality is there. Like everyone has a personality. You know what I mean? It's characters. Everyone's a fucking character,
Yeah,
bro.
that's what I'm saying.
Like even the chill people, like the one guy on Thursday, I told him, I'm like, bro, you got the like the blankest face and it is so funny and like it's just like it kills me. But like he's not blank as a person. Like he's got jokes, but it's just like the way he does it is just so fucking funny.
Yeah, even the quiet comics, there's something there.
There's something going on. Yeah. There's something going
like
on.
The Neil Brennans.
Yeah.
They're weird. Neil Brennan's a really weird guy. And when you start talking to him, like when you hear him on a podcast, he just unloads.
Neil Brennan. Who's that?
Neil Brennan's the guy who made the Dave Chappelle show with Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
He's like best friends with Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
He's came out with 2 stand-up specials over the past couple years, and he's headlining. He's touring all over the country.
Nice.
He's a good comic.
Good
but,
friend.
That's where he got started off with Dave Chappelle show.
No shit.
Oh yeah. But like he's a kind of a quiet guy. He's the background guy. He was the writer on the Dave Chappelle show. He wasn't Dave Chappelle. If that makes sense.
No, 100%.
If you
like,
saw him, you would know him.
Gotcha. And then I feel like was he on Rogan? I feel like I heard him off of Rogan.
He's gone on Rogan.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Him and Rogan are like pretty good friends now.
Nice. Oh yeah. Have you seen Rogan down there when you were over there?
No.
Have you seen anyone? Cool, like big. Besides Cam's roommate at the time.
Not famous.
Okay.
No, not like oh my god, I saw this person and it was like a huge deal. No.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. Mm-mm.
I wouldn't say it's like I wouldn't even like when I met Lee, it wasn't that like big. It was pretty cool, but it's like it's not. I almost like I wondered one day like daydreaming. It's like, dude, like what would it be like meeting Rogan? It's like I don't know. For me, like I would just have to keep it what it is. Just cool.
Right.
You know, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like if I look at the way I approach comedy, it's like I gotta just like go with it, like flow. Like you gotta be the purest form of yourself and let it just flow, and like let it just like you really gotta be who you are. And if you're a good person, like you're funny, like it'll work. You just gotta work on it. You gotta really make that natural energy into something. And it's like the same with like what we're doing right now. Like 2 dudes chilling. That's like what it is.
Sure. Yeah, of course you gotta keep it cool. I
don't even know where I'm going with that.
No, I mean you're always sidetracking, so it's okay. No, you have to keep it cool when you meet people because then they'll just think you're weirdos. But did I tell you going back to where you asked me if I meet people down there, whatever. There's a lot of like mutual acquaintances.
That's cool.
Like you meet a lot of people who know people. If
that makes sense. No, that does make sense. Yeah.
Did I tell you the first time the big bomb I had at an open mic? The worst bomb I've ever had.
Wait, sounds familiar.
With Genevieve.
You've told me it. I just don't really remember. It was like a late night on a Wednesday. You told me.
My biggest bomb was this open mic that I went to all the time. And the people that were there were me, my girlfriend at the time, my buddy,
Nice.
and then the host.
Always good bombing in front of your girl. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it was whatever. But, like, she
Chris
knew,
is like, I didn't know at the time.
but she knew that it was, like, I mean, there
Yeah.
was 4 people. Like,
Yeah.
it was what it was. I was going to go up and, like, fuck around. And that was it. But then Genevieve walks in. Do you know who Genevieve is?
Not a clue.
She's a huge Austin, Texas comic who opens for Joe Rogan constantly.
Oh, wait a second. You told me about her. Yeah, no, I know.
Yes. And
Oh, don't tell me.
She walks in with 2 of her friends right when I'm
Did you
about
call
to
out?
go up.
Did you call out the room at least? Did you like? Well, this is it. Like,
No, I was 2 months in. I had
oh,
nothing.
that'll do it.
I
yeah.
had nothing. I had no tools.
Well, listen.
And I went
yeah.
up and I stuttered for like 4 minutes. Like straight couldn't get words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
And ate shit and
Weren't-
sweated.
How old were you? How old were you? At
I
this?
was
Were you 19, 18?
I was 18.
Yeah.
I think I was 18 or like just freshly turned 19.
I don't know. To me, it's crazy. I get it. Like the biggest bombs in front of someone big. I get that.
Yeah.
But listen, dog. You're like 8. She probably could tell you were young.
Yeah,
She
for
probably
sure.
could tell you were new. Like.
For sure. She had to have. She's an
Yeah.
expert comic. She knows everything as soon as she walks in the room. But the reality
That
was,
sucks.
is it's still, like, because I went to Austin. I visited Austin. And the first show I went to go see in Austin was her. She was on the show.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, like, the first show I saw in Austin was her.
Oh, and then
Haven't
she
seen
comes
her
and she
since.
sees you just fucking.
I know she
bah.
opens for Joe Rogan. Like, that was her credits. And then she walks into this open mic, and I'm there eating dick. And
No, that hurts. That's salt in the wound.
It was so
There's even more
embarrassing.
to it.
It was so bad. I hated it so much.
She probably doesn't even recognize
I think I
you.
went up and I apologized afterwards.
That
to
is
her.
that is actually fucking
I
hilarious. So
think
that
I
you
did
apologized.
I think I apologized. I did so bad.
Yo.
I was so embarrassed. I wanted to die.
Yeah, I would.
I went
Fucking.
home and I think I drank, like, took 2 shots and just sat on the couch and just stared at like a wall. Like, couldn't believe what had just happened. It
No,
was
that is a
bad,
crazy feeling.
But that I changed. Completely changed after that.
I
Started
swear.
writing more, started like listening to recordings, started going to open mics more.
Broke
like,
up with your ex, moved back to your parents' place. Changed man, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a long time afterwards.
on the KPP.
So no,
Changed.
It was just a fucking horrible though.
Yeah.
Everyone needs
That'll
those
do it.
bombs though.
That'll do it.
Everyone needs those bombs. For sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's like what it is. That's what comedy is. You're gonna have nights where it's like it's a packed room and you have brand new material, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is not. My first time at Jake and Johnny's was a packed room, and I just ate so much shit, and it was the absolute worst day of my life. Like, that was pretty bad, but it's not like my big. It's might have been one of my biggest bombings at this point, but you just do so many mics, you just like you kind of forget. I feel
Yeah, it
like
becomes normal.
exactly sometimes. You know, but. Yeah, no, like there's gonna be moments where you go into that. I remember seeing someone actually. That same guy I was talking about earlier about the blank face. He like his first time in a pack. Like I feel like it was like one of his more first times doing a real packed open mic, and I was just like bombing because he's new and like only a few months in, and it's just like
That
you could
has to
see his
happen.
face, and he's just like like. The panic in the face you see is like a gazelle about to get fucking killed by a tiger, you know? Like,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
watching National Geographic just unfold when you understand everything about it, you know? Or like, at least what you know. Like, when you have more experience in comedy and just seeing someone, like, fold under pressure, it's like, damn, I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking know how it is, brother.
Well, that's another point in time where time stops. Like,
Yeah.
completely stops.
Yeah. You
It
hear the
feels like-
clock tick, you hear the
Yeah.
TV playing, you hear a drink being shaken.
All at once.
You hear just everyone's eyes, like the room goes black and it's just everyone's eyes on you. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
I'm in it. I'm so locked in. I don't see faces. I just see eyes
Once
all
you
over
feel
me,
the
bro.
sweat drip down from your armpit or your arms, you feel sweat drip.
Once the balls are soaking, bro, it's like you're cooked. I don't fucking know. I gotta take a leak, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to wrap this up? We can wrap this up, dude. We've been
Wait.
going for, like-
Let me take a leak and then we'll do like an official wrap up.
Okay, sounds good. We'll do that.
I got some questions.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, no, I want to end this on an official note. Ask you about Texas. What the fuck is going on, Chris?
Dude, I'm moving tomorrow.
So what's up with that? What's the dealio? Tell me about it.
Like, just the plan.
What's the general scoop?
So I'm going down to Erie tomorrow.
Erie, okay.
Erie, Pennsylvania, right
Okay.
outside.
Oh
of
yeah,
Pittsburgh. My
visit some
hometown,
family.
My hometown. It's an 8-hour drive from here, so I'll drive 8 hours. I'm gonna drive through the night. I leave tomorrow clock at 7.
Okay.
And then from Erie, I go to Nashville.
Cool.
Nashville, Tennessee. Then from Nashville, I go to Austin.
Cool. Hell yeah. That's sick. So what?
The long part of the drive is Nashville to Austin, which is 13-hour drive.
Okay.
And that's gonna be the bitch and a half, but
yeah, it sucks.
it is what it is.
Throw on some fucking history podcast and fucking vibe. You'll survive.
Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll make it.
That's wild. Yeah, no, I'm really happy for you though. I'm glad to see you're actually chasing a dream, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's like I think life's weird like that. Like I like see you doing it. I see some other guys we know like who already left, fucking going to LA and doing shit. It's like fuck, bro. You guys are actually chasing your dreams right now.
Yeah, you have to.
You really do.
To compete today, you got to go to where the most opportunity is.
You're like full send. I really respect that. I feel like that's like I'm at like a half send, quarter send right now. I'm just kind of grinding up here.
There's too many distractions.
Yeah.
If you live with your family or live.
I think you need to grow as a person and kind of like
you need
move
distance.
Out. Yeah.
And also, if you have friends outside of other things other than comedy, it's not good for you. Like I have friends down in Austin. None of them are not comics.
Yeah.
All of them are comedians. I know all of my friends in Austin through comedy.
I don't think it hurts to have non-comic friends, but the way I see
if they're close to you, if
they're close,
and
that's
they want to hang with you
a lot
weekly,
then
that's not good.
Why you can't be like every few weeks, bi-weekly, you know, like it can't be every so often.
Really strict. You have to be really strict. It's hard.
Do you get pressured by your friends?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, my friends are different.
In college.
That is true. So
when they're in town,
you are 20.
Like they have to hang out with me.
No, that is completely fair. It was the same with me for when I was like that.
And
so
it's a good problem to have.
Yeah,
the other end of it is not having any friends and not having family, and that's a way worse problem to have.
It's the adversity of moving, bro.
I'm lucky that I have that problem, but then when it comes to moving somewhere, it does make it a little bit more difficult because you're just gonna miss them. That's just the reality.
Yeah,
of the
no, that's
situation.
part of it, bro. You're leaving the fucking.
But
the
also,
nest.
if you want to grow as a artist, you can't have these people around you.
Yeah,
and they look, sometimes they say things and you go, what are you doing? Like, just in general. Like, some of my friends are hard on artists. Or they'll say things that
they think they're in the right. They think they're in the right because they're going to college. That's what it is, bro.
Yeah.
That's what...
Not even that. Just criticizing artists who release stuff. And if you're doing art,
where do you think that...
You're a lot more... willing for other artists.
Yeah, you're more cool.
You respect the idea of them even trying.
I have friends who do rap, and I know people who are like, what are they doing? And for me, it's like, dude, he's trying something else. Like, let him fucking do it. Like,
let him.
Yeah, some people don't see it like that. And people in college sometimes, or even like tradespeople who have something going on, a little job, a little education on the side, a little extra stuff to get extra pay. They're like, you're a fucking loser because you're not going to school or not fucking attempting something, when in reality it's like, why do you care? Like, why don't you live your own life? And like,
also, isn't this the whole point
it's
of
an
this
art.
country?
Yeah, no, this is the whole exactly.
Like, wasn't that the whole point, is to do what you think you can do best here?
Yeah.
And try to thrive at that?
Thrive at your own thing that's made, yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't understand, and that's
just
a lot
culture.
in New England.
Just a culture.
No.
Just a culture, bro.
And I think it's worse in New England. It's not like that in Austin. And maybe it's like that in other places of Texas, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course. It's Texas, but
Austin's a weird spot.
Well, it's like a lot of like, I don't mean to be like liberals, but like I know it's a liberal spot, but just like a lot of creative artists are down there, bro.
Yeah. And
so when you have an artist like mindset, it's a little bit different. It's like people like me, people like the comics we hang around.
Yeah.
It's like people like SoundCloud rappers, who do something different.
Sure.
It's like Like, it's like that, just tenfold, because it's artists. Boston's got an aspect. It's not all artists in Boston, obviously. It's a lot. There's like finance, there's doctors. That's big. Doctors
Yeah,
is
but
big.
people here are tougher, and they're about waking up, getting the shoveling done, so that they can drive to their job.
Yeah.
That's probably 30 minutes away with a little bit of
No,
traffic.
probably more.
Probably way
hour
more.
and
Yeah,
a half on
exactly.
a yeah.
So the
But the
reality
thing
of
is,
the
when it's
situation
like
is,
a Friday night and they're ready to turn up, they go hard and they'll be ready to turn up.
Yeah.
Boston crowds go crazy, bro.
yeah, true, but that doesn't mean that they respect artists.
It takes a while, bro.
It doesn't. I just think that people up here look more down on if you're chasing a non-conventional dream.
Yeah, well, if you make bumfuck money, of course they're gonna look down on you. You know, it's
Sure.
like what else do you expect? It's like being a bum. Like, in general, up here is like frowned upon. Like, you need to do something.
Right, but chasing comedy doesn't necessarily make you a bum. I don't think.
No, it
I mean,
doesn't.
It's a loser
but like,
thing to do.
yeah,
for sure.
but like, if you don't have money though, that's another whole different ballgame. If you're homeless, like that's a different thing going on.
Right.
You know.
But
like,
again,
that's
like you can be homeless in Austin. Nobody cares.
Yeah, but what's like? How many times a day are you I guess if you have a gym membership.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
gym membership.
Yeah.
you
Where are
can
you
shower
living
every
though
day.
in Austin if you're homeless?
You can live in your car really easily.
Really?
Oh.
Okay. Just
Easy.
sleep out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you would need, really. You just
Yeah.
have a car, get a gym membership, and then you're kind of good to go.
Just kind of doing it like
I mean,
that.
it's painful.
Yeah, I'm sure it
It's
is
not
if you have the wrong car or something. Even just
preferable.
cars in general. Yeah.
It's not great, but
No,
you
it's
can
not.
do it, and you can live a better life than other people will do on Earth.
Yeah.
And
live freely.
Yeah, and you can
Live
freely.
Live free. Literally live freely.
And you don't really need a job necessarily if you're getting,
You-
a little bit of money out of comedy.
Yeah,
Or if you're doing
enough.
some weird jobs, or maybe some DoorDash or some Uber Eats.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize where you were coming from with it. I like.
Yeah. It's
No,
just,
I get where you're coming from
like
now.
the people
yeah.
up here are like.
They will
you-
frown upon you.
They
yeah, they
frown
will.
upon you. They want you to get a good job so you can make money so that you can afford a house so you're not homeless, because if you're homeless here, you'll die.
Yeah.
It all stems from that. They want you to do what is absolutely necessary, which to a certain degree, again, if you develop a work ethic here and take it to somewhere else, you'll thrive.
You'll go above and
thrive
beyond.
because you like.
You're just
It's
like
so
this is like sounds like a fucking I don't know. It makes me want to move now.
Yeah, of course. Because
Shit.
the thing is you have a really, really good work ethic. If you take that and do what you're doing here in Austin, you're gonna quadruple what you're doing here.
That's wild.
Just for a variety of different reasons, but
Right.
especially in your industry in particular, right? You'll thrive a lot. And
There's definitely probably work down there, but even if I like wanted to go do something like just work a fucking
yeah, I'm
shitty
talking
job.
about comedy.
Oh,
mainly,
okay.
for sure.
I thought you were
That-
talking about electrical. I'm like,
I
I'm sure
don't
there's
know.
electrical work, but I'm like, I don't want to fucking do electrical work in Austin.
I'm sure there's electrical work down there. I don't know
I could find a different
anything
job.
about
Yeah, don't worry
trade
about it.
work.
No. I'm
You know
not
what I
asking.
mean?
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
just saying
comedy
in
in
comedy
general.
in general, you'll be able to do a lot more down there than you're able to do up here. Like,
Okay.
again, you can hit 5 open mics easy Tuesday night.
That's fucking nuts.
Easy. Not hard. 5. Probably 6. I've hit 6.
On a
Did
Tuesday?
I hit 7? Did I hit 7? No, I hit 6. I know I hit 6.
That's wild.
6 was hard, though. 6 was I was running around.
6 is hard, bro.
Sprinting
If
to
I'm hitting
different
six mics a week over here, that's like a good week for me, bro.
I hit it one night. I was able to get like 25 minutes of open mic comedy.
That's
just
crazy.
in one night. And then, the next night is 2, 3 open mics, and then the next night is another 3, 4 open mics. So then by the end of it, you've done 40 minutes a
That's
week
fucking nuts.
of open mic comedy. And then not only that, if you're pretty good. I'm not saying you're good. I'm saying like you're kind of getting to good. You can get booked. It's not not great. You'll be the one that goes first, and you'll do
Right.
6, 7 minutes. You won't do a lot, but the reality of the situation is, right? And I keep saying that because I'm drunk, but you can just get really good really fast there. And when I was down there,
with
I
that much
was really
stage time.
distracted for a lot of different reasons.
Well, girls and the fucking guys
yes.
I think this time around you're gonna definitely grow as a person. I think definitely just your time around in Providence has definitely helped you a little bit, lot actually. I think your writing's gotten a lot better.
I wouldn't have. Number one, I wouldn't have cut out the fat the way I do now.
Yeah,
The
you
way I
gotta
cut out
keep
the
trimming,
fat
keep
is-
trimming, keep trimming.
is a lot more.
Punchline.
Yes.
Shocking, awesome times. So.
Also, I would have never appreciated Austin, Texas, for what it is if I didn't come here to Providence and
drive 40 minutes to a mic.
Wow. Okay.
Welcome to hell, my friend.
It really changed my viewpoint on everything.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I haven't experienced that leisure of Austin yet, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Come down.
I'll definitely do a
me.
comedy vacation. Hell yeah.
do a
I'll
comedy
fucking
vacation.
do a little comedy vacation, get some mics going on.
For sure, yeah. And we'll make
Reach
sure
out send my tapes out, maybe some people, see what happens. You know what I'm
for sure.
saying?
And then I could have you meet some people.
Ooh.
Maybe, depending on what night you come, maybe we could set something up. I know of a guy who might be able to get you something.
That'd
if
be
you
cool.
go to certain open mics,
That'd
maybe
be
if
cool.
you do pretty good,
Oh.
I give you a good word.
Oh.
So we could maybe set some things up. But if you go down, people will remember you is the thing.
Bet.
Down there. So
That's
for
pretty
sure,
cool.
come down. I can't promise anything, but
Of
we can
course.
try
Of
the
course.
most. The most I can promise you is you'll be able to do 30 minutes in one night of open mic comedy.
Pretty crazy.
If you're there on a Tuesday night.
Pretty crazy.
That can happen.
That's nuts.
Or again, you can sign up on Kill Tony and become famous.
Infamous.
Or,
That's,
bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely do happen. Yeah.
So, I mean, it is weird, though, that I'm leaving here.
Yeah, no,
I've
I'm
been here for so long.
I don't know, man. I'm happy for you, Chris. I
Thanks, man.
I think for what you're doing and what you're aiming
Yeah.
for, it's very important that you're actually
Come down.
diving. I'll meet you over there sometime. You've really convinced me. I'm not gonna lie, like what you said in the past 10 minutes is hit kind of deep. I'm kind of I don't know. That's kind of interesting.
It's different, man.
I'm definitely gonna do Boston because I do want to develop my style a little bit more, but I'll definitely take a vacation or two and visit you.
This isn't a bad spot. It's not terrible. There's way worse spots. I'm not going to say that. I'm very lucky that this is where I had to go.
Right.
I'm so lucky that this was my worst case
Good
scenario.
luck. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for
It
worst
could be
case
in a
scenarios
fucking
go,
yeah.
this is great. But there's better spots. And apparently New York City is just like Austin, but it's New York City.
Yeah, that's
Good luck.
yeah.
And there's a reason why people get so funny there is because that place sucks. And there's a big thing of New Yorkers. They take pride in it. No matter if you're homeless or you're the richest guy ever. If you live in New York City, you're pissed off. You're pissed off about something. Somebody's trying to screw you.
Yeah,
or
there's
fuck
something
with
going
you,
on.
Or there's some sort of resident or neighbor or
Yeah.
the landlord or whatever. It doesn't matter. No matter what part of life you're in. Like New York City, will screw you over.
Yeah, trying to survive over there is wouldn't even happen. I wouldn't fucking be able to do anything over there.
So good luck. Those are kind of your two options. And LA is fucking. It's LA.
Yeah, I'm
So
all set.
they're your options. You got 3 real great options for comedy.
Yeah, no, I definitely think Austin is something I'm gonna look at in the future.
Yeah,
I
and
just
again-
think, for right now, for where I'm at in my life, I've just been living a life of a tradesman essentially ever since I got out of high school, and then I just so happened to stumbled upon comedy.
And it's not bad.
It's
to,
definitely
live a
interesting.
little.
Yeah, no, I'm
It's
very
good for comedy.
I'm fortunate because I think I have some character already pre-sizzled in before I got my comedic
Sure.
step in, I guess. But watching someone like you and what's gonna happen in the next few years, Chris, is gonna be exciting because dude, you're 3 years younger than me. What's gonna happen, bro? You
What's
know?
gonna happen when I'm your age?
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm
for
wondering,
real.
bro. You might not even be a fucking open micer.
'Cause
You know,
how long have you been doing it now?
a year and a half, maybe not even.
So when I'm your age, I will be doing it for 5 years.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? And then I'll be doing the podcast for 7 years at that point.
Insane.
So it's just 6 years. 6 years at that point. But
That's still fucking wild.
it's just it's different. And then once you get 3 years of doing this podcast, it's completely different. It's not even close to what it was. I was talking about like retarded shit. I wasn't even really like a comic.
Yeah,
I was
just some kid
spewing
fucking
things, trying to figure out how to make my words sound more interesting on other people. And how to hold a conversation, which like
it's a trial and error process.
Of course. But now I feel comfortable.
Nice.
At all. Like I don't. There's no nervous here.
That level of confidence is different.
I haven't done this in a month.
Right.
But it's like, okay, I haven't done this in a month, but I've been doing this on and off for 3 years. A month isn't going to.
It's pretty good.
Also, this is for fun.
Yeah.
This doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares what I'm saying.
You're enjoying yourself. You're already a step ahead of me, dude. You're fucking already doing the podcast. You're already fucking little experience in comedy. You got a plan. You're moving to Austin. Like, bro, I'm still trying to fucking like. I have a thing going on. I'm trying to piece together right now, and then like I have a new. I have a dream. I found my dream. Like, bro, how many people get to say they even found a dream? You know what I mean?
No, I know.
Like isn't that kind of weird?
Some people don't know what they want to do till they're 25.
Yeah, I know till their whole life. Like I've met them.
Some people never figure it out.
No,
ever.
No, it's crazy,
I've
and
known
that's
what
what
I
those.
wanted to do since I was 16 years old.
Yeah, that's even more nuts to me to hear someone figured it out younger than me. Like I was like 21 when I was like, oh, this is weird. This is different, and then 22, I want to like become some. I want to do something with this. Like I don't know what it is. I'm gonna do it though.
Sophomore year.
And then it's just you. Like you're fucking younger than me. Yeah. Fucking. Oh yeah. By the way, I'm moving tomorrow to go to Austin. Yeah. Like where people are being made. People are able to fucking go on Kill Tony and do like grow there. Go do shows and get booked more and more. Yeah. It's a snowball effect. 5 mics a week. like, no, 5 mics a night.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane, Chris. I don't know, dude. It's gonna be exciting to watch.
Man.
I'll tell you what. I'll actually take you up on that offer. I'm gonna be a little bit busy this winter, but probably like maybe the spring or something.
And then I'm coming back. December 20th to January 19th. So
we'll definitely have to hang out.
We'll
do a podcast.
Do some pods. I'll go to the open mics.
When are you gonna be 21, bro?
This October.
Ooh, so we'll definitely hit the bar a little bit. 21. Play some Keno.
Yeah,
hell
for
yeah.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
We'll actually. Drink a little bit legally.
Yes.
We'll do that legally next time. Alrighty then, man. You want to wrap this up, dude? We've been recording for over 2 hours.
Let's do it,
Alrighty
bozo.
Then. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. This has been episode 163 with Sammy the Hutt.
Sammy, fuck you, Chris. Sammy Hutt.
Sammy the Hutt. Sammy the Hutt.
Guys, been a pleasure.
All right. Thank you so much, man.
Anytime, Chris.
See you again this winter. Whoop. Peace out, boys,
I'm a bozo.
girls,
Later, guys.
and whoever else.